Welcome everybody to, I know I had a bit of a scuff start there, but welcome everybody regardless to the Vision Gaming, have I got that right? The Awaken League, sorry, quarterfinal one, Vision Gaming versus Team Solid. If you can't tell already, I haven't casted in absolutely ages. We're back on the mic for the first time in about a month. And Subzan, as much as I've probably just made you cringe, I'm now going to make you, take over from this shambolic introduction.
We've all been there, Hodge, but no, I mean, it's playoffs time now. It's the big boys where everything starts to finally come together and starts to matter. You need to put out your best performance over these next 2 days if any of these players want to take home that eventual championship. And as you alluded to begin with, yes, Solid versus Vision Gaming is the first matchup of the day. Best of 7 now, not best of 5. I'm not quite aware if there's tactical timeouts or not. I'll have to... Okay, there is tactical timeouts. I've just been told in my ear that there is timeouts in play now, which is a very big improvement for both of these teams. If the series starts to run away with you just a little bit, you can sort of gain that momentum back, halt the momentum of the other team, and that might be important in this series. Now, Solid and Vision Gaming, they played not too long ago. Week 8 of League play was when these two teams came up against each other, and in that time, Solid dropped that series 1-3. Vision Gaming ended up taking it home. But now they face each other again here, and you have to wonder, will the result be any different? Because oftentimes, rematches do tend to favour the team that lost in the first instance.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Team Solid, they obviously have learned a lot from that matchup back in week 8. I mean, it was towards the end of this sort of season, in a way, the regular season. So, I mean, that's my question. Have they been able to learn from that and then take it and apply it into this matchup? Obviously, they'll have had a couple of days to prepare for these matchups, and obviously you want to be getting to that next stage. You want to be getting to that semi-final to face off against, I believe, is it Cloud who they face?
They'll be playing Cloud.
Yeah, they'll be playing Cloud if they win this. So winner of this is then going to play in the next series on stream after this against Cloud. So we're going to be getting a lot of either Solid or Vision Gaming. We don't know which one yet, but that question will be answered very, very shortly. And, well, I mean, Subzan, we talk about these two teams' seasons. They've both been pretty decent. One's definitely been better than the other, but they've both been pretty solid, no pun intended.
Yeah, that was no pun intended indeed. But yeah, I mean, Vision Gaming came out with a 6-3 record, whereas Solid came out with only a 4-5 record. Now, we've seen these teams throughout the season. We've seen what they've been capable of doing. I look towards on Vision Gaming Flow specifically. Again, still one of the top scorers of the league. Last time I casted him, he was the top scorer, now falling off just a little bit to joint 4th place, but he's still going to be one that I would think needs to be watched out for in this series. It's going to be, I would say, my man to watch throughout this series and maybe just the rest of the day as well.
Well, that's certainly going to have to be something that we're going to look and see if that is what's going to happen here. And, we talk about individual players all the time, individual teams, and, it is just sort of those random sort of variables in a team, in a play style that can shift a team's performance across maybe a game, a series, or even just a tournament in general. So we'll have to see how that is going to play a factor. And we're going to get things geared up and ready for kickoff very, very shortly. But I mean, for now, just talk about what we've got ahead of us for the entire day. We've talked about the first match and the first 2 matches specifically, but later on today we will have Dive versus Irie Legacy later on, and well, the winner of that match will be playing mYinsanity in the last match of the day. So we've got a lot of action here today, haven't we, Subzan? And it's going to be a good day for sure.
Yeah, 4 best of 7s, a lot of games to get through, and frankly, a lot of content, a lot of things could happen. You sort of have to feel like mYinsanity and Cloud will end up winning their games when it comes to it. 2 teams, they both had their buys coming into this, 9-0 and an 8-1 record respectively. mYinsanity's only loss in the entire series was a reverse sweep by the hands of Cloud Esports. So when those 2 teams end up, I mean, you would expect they'd probably end up playing each other, but they've got to get past their opposition first. And that's going to be maybe easier said than done, because these teams, now they're going to show everything that they've got coming into playoffs, all the inhibitions, all the teething issues that maybe happened during league play. Those are out now. If you want to proceed and if you want to perform well in the playoff stage, everything has to be out on the field in full force at this moment.
Yeah, I think my question is, I'm going to use a bit of an analogy here. Are you going to be like Team BDS or are you going to be like Gentlemates? For anyone who's watched the actual RLCS, you'll know what I'm talking about with that one.
On land gentlemates or on land gentlemates or online gentlemates?
Yeah, we'll
There's
go
a
with
very
that.
big difference.
Online BDS or on land BDS as well. But yeah, it's certainly an interesting one. And we have just confirmation. We are having a little bit of a delay with arrival times with one of the teams, so we will have about 10 or so minutes before we start, looking at disqualifications. So we do hope they get there very, very soon and we can kick off this game. But for now, we'll just sort of look individually and zoom in on, we've zoomed in on this match. We'll zoom in on the other quarterfinals, Sam, because we have Dive taking on Irie Legacy later on. And, we talked about Solid and VisionGaming, and how they were, essentially pretty close, seeds 4 and 5 in the regular season. Now, sort of tell us about a matchup which maybe might not be as close. It might be, you never know, but it's going to be seed 3 versus seed 6.
You see, you say it might not be close, but these two teams also played each other in week 8, and that was a game 5. Irie got game 1 and game 3, but unfortunately could not get it across the line, losing 5-2 in game 5 to Dive. But if you look at their actual recent performances, Irie Legacy, it's not been that great. They've won one series in the past 4 that they've played, so maybe their form is a little bit off. But at the same time, Dive 2-2 in the last 4 series of the season, just enough for both of these teams to make it in. But Irie, they're gonna want to reperform what they did in week 8, but just finally get that one a little bit over the line and actually get that series win. But as we said, that's 2 hours down the line.
Yeah, that is going to be in a couple of hours' time, and I mean, like you say, it could be a close match, it could be a sweep. We just don't quite know yet, but we will find out in due time. It all depends on how teams show up on the day, and like you said, mYinsanity and Cloud, definitely teams that are expected to be in that grand final, just be fighting for those top spots with the performances that they've had throughout the season. Now, talk to us about some of those performances that those teams may have had. Like you mentioned earlier on, they've pretty much gone unbeaten apart from the matchup between each other. So, how good of a season have those teams had, and well, how close was their matchup when they did initially face off between each other?
Sorry, could you say that again? I sort of blanked out.
It's all right. Just talk about Cloud and mYinsanity and how close their matchup was when they last matched up against each other, and the potential that both teams have coming into this playoff bracket.
I mean, yeah, it was, like I said earlier, a reverse sweep in that situation. And I mean, I watched the first 2 games, thought mYinsanity had it over the line, and then came back about 10 minutes later after eating food and saw Cloud were winning game 5. I was like, what on earth has happened here? But if I had to look at it, I would say, I mean, other than the fact that, they won that game, I would say Cloud have had the more dominant season overall. mYinsanity have been taken to a few game 5s, maybe that they wouldn't have expected. Team Solid, in fact, took them to a game 5 as well. Let me check the actual scoreline of that. It was an overtime game 5. So those two teams, maybe actually a little bit close, and that might play into Team Solid's favor. If they win this match and then play Cloud, they might actually have some confidence that they can in fact make Cloud bleed. And if you can start to make a team as good as Cloud just worry a little bit, you can then start to maybe take that one slowly and steadily over the line. And I'm wondering, has anyone... No, still waiting on the players to get in the lobby. We've got one team still waiting on the other. We're running out of things to waffle about, Hodge.
We are, someone start the 5-minute timer. I have to say, just while you say that, everyone liked my bucket hat, and I couldn't quite put it on underneath my headset because it was blocking the ears and I couldn't hear anything. So I just decided to put it on top and just roll with it anyway. So I feel like that's just I think that I'm starting a new fashion here. The headset, the bucket hat. Why not? We'll go with it. But yeah, we've talked about these matchups as a whole. I wonder if Kasalem, would you mind flipping it over to talk about our overall bracket and just showing us our overall bracket as a whole? I think we have a graphic for that, I'm pretty sure. Oh, there There we go. Okay,
There we go.
that can do. That can do. It's fine. So as you can see here, everyone, we do have a bracket. It's we don't quite have the teams. It is a little bit old, but you know we'll sort of nail this down a little bit. So in the top quarterfinal, we are going to have Vision Gaming versus Solid. In the bottom quarterfinal, we are going to have Irie Legacy versus, is it Dive? I got that right? Yeah, Dive. I'm like interpreting the logos here. In the semi-finals, in the upper one, we're going to have TBD versus Cloud. In the lower one, it's TBD versus mYinsanity. And then we have a final. And then Subzan, we have a third place match, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, I think that one's a little bit less of a marathon, I feel like. But obviously, the grand finals is a best of set. If you think back to the RCS X era, those can take a lot out of people. But the third place match, I mean, I don't know. Is there a prize pool down there? Hang on, let me.
It's top 3.
Yeah, so top 3. So it's actually an important matchup for the two teams that get there. The teams that win this series and then potentially lose the next one, or even the teams that maybe have a bye right now. But I think we got to start focusing back onto the series at hand. Hopefully the players will get in the lobby soon. And I mean, there's so few things to talk about now, but I think I got to mention some things about Team Solid, because we've talked a lot about Vision Gaming, but we've not said anything about Team Solid. We talked about Vision Gaming's offense. How about Team Solid's defense? Retux and Darius both sat at the top echelons of the save list within the stats, 1.83 each on average per game. So they are a very defensive team, but they know exactly when and where to strike. Given the fact that they've made it to this position, it's going to be a battle of offense versus defense. And people say defense wins championships, but with the accuracy and the ability of Flow and the rest of Vision Gaming, you have to wonder, maybe it's not going to work out this time.
Well, that's a question that's hopefully going to be answered soon. It'd be hilarious if we did all this rambling and then they got DQ'd for being like late or something.
Yeah, that would be really unfortunate.
It'll be like, right guys, we're not going to be casting anymore, but we have just, decided to come on and give you a little bit of a pre-show. So let's hope we don't have to do that. A couple more minutes left on the timer. Anyway, Team Solid season as a whole, like you say, they know when to show up in those moments. It's about getting to those moments and like actually having those moments. It's been a season of peaks and valleys for them. You can just base that off of their win record in 4 and 5 right now. But I mean, sometimes they have really good moments, and sometimes they maybe don't look quite themselves. They did have a bit of a tragic loss in Game 5 to the 9th place team in Fire Gold Phoenix in Week 6. So I mean, it's been shown that they do have those pop-off moments, but they also if they're not playing to their best, then they can fall. So I mean, that's the question. Are they able to get back up from that? Are they able to fight back against adversity? And are they able to win games that matter? We haven't seen it from either of these teams in a playoff bracket yet. Obviously, this being the first quarterfinal. So that's a massive question for me. Are these teams able to put up when it matters, when you need to get yourselves to those semi-finals, when you can't lose a match because you'll be knocked out of the tournament? And well, Subzan, it's been a long road for a lot of these players, and I'm sure a lot of them probably would not like it to end here.
I mean, no, certainly you don't want to qualify for playoffs and then immediately lose out once you're actually in there. But I guess it's the same thing for all the teams that did miss out. If this game becomes a DQ, you've fought this entire season and then you sat there thinking, what might have been if you were in this spot instead? But unfortunately, that is the way it goes. I think we've got 2 minutes left on the DQ timer now.
We've got one player. We've got one.
Oh, hang on. We got one.
We're collecting Pokemon here on the main board.
No, yeah, we're correcting the Infinity Stones. We got Darius.
Yeah, the Infinity Stones. There we go. There we go. We need to be the all-powerful casters with all the power here. Just joking, the producer behind the scenes, Kasalin, has all the power, so I'll just shut up quickly before I get kicked off the broadcast or something. We do have one of the players. We also have 2 minutes before they get disqualified. Make that 1 minute. So the players will have to join up very, very quickly here. And well, they don't have a lot of time. So let's hopefully do a little bit of an intro to the game. And let's hope it's not a quick outro right after. As like we've talked about for the past 15 minutes, Vision Gaming, I'll talk back about them as we do start to have the players joining in. VisionGaming have only lost to the top 3 teams this in the regular season. They've lost to Dive, they've lost to Cloud, they've lost to mYinsanity, but they haven't lost to anyone else, and that's really, really good for them coming into this matchup. Which means, as we have the players in, we will be able to start the game. So we are going to get the players joined up, ready to go. Retox, it's all his fault apparently, according to Dixer. Well, we will have all the teams and all the players joined in. So it is my pleasure to welcome everybody to Manfield Night to start off the playoffs of, well, this event. And well, already it seems like we have Retox taking to the sky, just trying to open up the field here for Team Solid, and not quite able to do so just yet, but I wonder if that's something they're going to be looking to do and looking to keep the pressure up here, as we see Darius also trying to get involved here, Subzan. It's a bit of a quick start here for Team Solid, but let's see if that's going to get turned around pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I almost want to wonder, have Team Solid really been putting in the practice coming into this? Were they scrimming? Was that maybe the reason why they were late? Or maybe they might just be a little bit cold, which might play into VisionGaming's advantage if they are coming into this cold, because they've likely warmed up, but in the same vein, they have been sat in the lobby here for 15 minutes, so maybe any scrim, any warm-up that they might have done, VisionGaming, might have worn off at this point, and they might also come into this game 1 cold. So I would expect that this first game of this best of 7 is going to be a really scrappy one, as both of these teams look to try and warm themselves up, gain that momentum, and really just try and figure out the opponent's game plan. Because the game 7, it is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, well, we know how this matchup went last time. It was a VisionGaming 3-1 Team Solid. They've looked pretty decent so far, but you can look pretty decent and you can still concede as Flo puts it on the backboard. It has to be cleared away. The shot not quite there though from VisionGaming, and now it's a scramble in defense from Team Solid to get their lines cleared. They've managed to though, as now the play's turned around by VisionGaming once again, as they just look to keep pressuring this offense. Center 4, Maki on the ball as well. Nobody able to put it in the back of the net as it's cleared away. Demos come through and everyone just scrambling to try and see what they can do to give their team the advantage in this game number 1.
Yeah, it's scrappy at the moment, but scrappy Rocket League is always the most entertaining! And there goes Maki off the miss for the opening goal of this best of 7.
There we go. The best of 7 off to a start. It took a couple of minutes. I think that's been the story of this day so far. It's taken a couple of minutes to even get the game underway. It's taken a couple of minutes to get the first goal, but there we go. Maki for VisionGaming. And VisionGaming trying to repeat what they did last time in this matchup. It's Maki once again down from the ceiling, but not able to quite land the second touch. As we go over the VisionGaming side of the field, now Team Solid want to look at the goal. Will they able to find it? Will they be able to find it? Sorry, but it's cleared away for now. And VisionGaming look to have things under control once again. Cell with a reset. Cell onto the backboard, but it's cleared away by Dixer.
Still stuck on Solid's side of the field, and so far they've not really been able to collect themselves in a way that they can meaningfully create a counter-attacking offense. Flow, that's to the backboard. Does anyone follow up? Yeah, it's Maki, but the touch, a little bit of a high bounce there, but all of the side of Team Solid are panicking a little bit, and the boost amounts are just simply not there. Dixer had a boost spawn on him, so a counter-attack is on. Long shot, not quite landing though. But again, here they come again. Here comes Darius. That's a high touch, but demoed out by Flo. He's this attack now fizzling out as Celt is now trying to look for a 50, but can't quite find it. Retux, it's a good challenge there from him, but Maki, oh, it's a brilliant clear away. Maybe a counter-attack here. Retux is having to dive back. Couldn't quite make it. Now Celt up, double tap off the ceiling. No. Again, here comes Dixer. Good clear from him. Retux now collects it. What can he do to the backboard? Leaves it, but Celt again, good clear. And we continue to play counter-attacking boomer ball at the moment. No team is really taking control. But as I say, that Flow, that's a good double touch there off an air dribble. Maki, oh, that's overcommittal. That is a really aggressive touch. But there was Celt just to make sure that his teammate wasn't going to get punished for maybe a little bit of an oversense. Oh, what a musty flick.
Yeah, well, that was a close one for sure. We see the mechanics starting to just get involved in this series as all these players, they want to either extend their lead or try and tie up the series. Maki, though, just wants to go high, low, and get a second for VisionGaming. And there we go. VisionGaming looking to keep on going in this game number 1. They want to take it by storm. And we saw some chances, Subzan, created by Team Solid earlier on. But they had those chances and they haven't quite been able to sink them just yet.
Yeah, exactly. But right now, it has literally all looked like just a Vision Gaming masterclass. It was brilliant display there on offense, and so far, yeah, no, nothing has been possible here. Nothing's been working for Team Solid. They haven't been able to get out of their half that effectively, and when they have, the looks they've been having on net have not really been anything too special. Right now, it has just looked like a complete and total Vision Gaming dominance, and here they go again. mYinsanity, oh, he's playing this one back. A little bit of game management here. I do like it. Trying to stall time off the clock, recognizing that he doesn't need a third goal, but instead he will just be gifted one there. And the air dribble downfield, Team Solid had no idea how to defend. 3-0 is game one.
I think it's so important in this match to start things off that Team Solid at least find a goal. We saw the delayed timeout, like you said, they might have been scrimming, but they might have also just been AFK, you know, just literally a little bit late. So I think it's, you know, it's essential for them to find this first goal, find this start to the match, and really open things up here, you know, with at least something to write home about, just to give them a little bit of confidence here. But that confidence, well, it's non-existent for now, and it might continue to be if we see this out of Vision Gaming. And well, you see one of the players a little bit out of position, has to get back into a nice position to try and to deal with any oncoming pressure from Vision Gaming. But at this point, it doesn't really matter as the timer's going to tick down. The passing plays are going to come through, but is it too late? Dixer tries to receive that one, but just finds himself a little too forward in front of the ball, and now gets played back over to the side of the field. 5 seconds remaining here as Dixer goes from the ceiling, trying to secure something as it popped up in the air. Selt, though, just has to ground it. Vision Gaming have got game number 1. It's just a matter of how long this nonsense will go on. And there we go. Game number 1, Vision Gaming.
Yeah, but there were some flashes of brilliance towards the end for Team Solid.
Yeah.
It wasn't that many of them, but they certainly were appearing. The right ideas were connecting. They just weren't quite able to get that final shot on the target. And well, Castellian did confirm to us in the green room that Team Solid, they didn't scrim coming into this, so that was their warm-up game. So I wouldn't really take much to say about their mental game coming into game 2. If I was in their position, I would mostly just be saying that was the warm-up game, we'll take the next 4.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you never know what can happen in stuff like this, and you know, we've seen, like you say, there was some flashes of brilliance towards the end of that. How can they turn it around going into the remainder of the series is my big question here. As you know, everyone can have those warm-up games. We see it in pro level as well. Some teams just aren't good game 1 teams. They take a little bit of time to get going, work out that play style, and see how they can adapt. So I'm wondering if that is sort of how Team Solid are playing this series, and you know, maybe we are going to see a bit of a different Team Solid in game number 2. But that question can only be answered right now here as we get game number 2 underway. The players join the teams. Team Solid versus Vision Gaming a second time here.
Yeah, and I really do feel like Team Solid need to find an answer in this game 2. They cannot let Vision Gaming start running away with this one that much. They cannot let the momentum become unstoppable, because maybe a timeout might not even be enough to prevent that if they're continuing to stay not warm. They need to warm up, they need to find the answer, but right now, it's still stuck on their half. It's a good shot there, still not quite connecting though, as now Dixer's now the one on the ball. A little bit of control there, I like the edge of it, but Selt was a good block in the midfield. Darius, he beats out one. Flo, he's jumped early, but it's a good jump to prevent that one from becoming effective on net. Now mYinsanity, it's a good flick from him. Now a counter-attack here coming out from Vision Gaming. Flick past Darius, shots off target, Redux. It's a good touch back to Darius, but again, here come Team Vision Gaming, sorry, and there's the opening goal. It's an unrelenting wave of offense, and so far Team Solid still can't find the answer.
Right place, right time. There is Selt to come in and clean things up for Vision Gaming. First goal on the board in game number 2. And Team Solid haven't managed to get anything going just yet, as we see the kickoff looking a little bit dangerous already, but Dixor able to make a touch there as it's now popped up onto the ceiling. Here we go once again. mYinsanity down from above, but not quite able to put things on target. So now we look to the other side of the field potentially. The clear has to come through here from Team Solid, but they haven't been able to find it just yet. And well, it seems like right now Subs and Vision Gaming are just playing with their food down to Flow, blocked away. Retox able to keep things alive and stop the bleeding for now, but the bleeding might just be delayed a little bit unless Retox can clear it away. He's able to do just that, but I mean, realistically right now, Team Solid, they just can't get anything going. They can't get any of this offense going. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is a chance, but cleared away once again from VisionGaming. And Team Solid just need a chance, need an opportunity.
Yeah, and frankly, they've still not managed to find it. I mean, 0 shots at the moment for Team Solid within the first minute and a half of play, and they have spent a lot of time on their own half. While there has been some times where they've got over to the other side, again, it's not really come through as a offensive shot and one that's really that threatening, whereas, as you said, VisionGaming, they feel like they're playing with their food a little bit. They sense blood in the water and they are acting on it, but how long will that continue to last, or will there be a recovery here? But there's the shot, there's the bump, good pass there in the midfield, and there's Cell to make it 2.
Well, right now it just seems like a VisionGaming highlight reel, and maybe Team Solid, maybe they need some vision. They need to go to Specsavers, it seems right now, just to see where they can find this ball on the pitch. But let's see if maybe they've took a little bit of a break in between that last goal, and maybe now as they're trying to get things downfield, they're trying to look for an opening here, but the opening will not be found. The demo comes through. Can he get back in time to save it? The answer is no. The demo comes through, and Celt makes it 3.
Oh, that just feels a little bit toxic there from Celt. Just recognizing the win con there. It's just to dribble it in and then just hunts out the final defender, but I feel like having looked at his POV on that replay, it almost looked like he wanted a goal steal, and the demo was actually more of just a side thing that he ended up getting. Maybe a little bit lucky, but 3-0 is the scoreline here, and again, Team Solid continue to be unable to put on anything threatening. Still, half of this game done and not a single shot registered on target. Finally there, Darius landing 1, but they need to start finding something. They need to continue to make this work, because right now, VisionGaming, I mean, they're not going to be stopped by just 1 goal. They're not going to be stopped maybe even by a timeout. At the moment, it's looking like this has the potential of being a 4-0 sweep, and maybe even a perfect sweep at that. A perfect sweep in a best of 7 is almost unheard of, but right now it's looking like it's a very big possibility if the side of Team Solid are unable to make this comeback and figure out the plan to get past VisionGaming. But with how the way VisionGaming are playing right now, you almost feel like it's not a perfect sweep that they care about, but a sweep is nonetheless on the cards.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call it after 2, but I mean, what I would call is that we're probably expecting a timeout after this game number 2, as obviously timeouts are in the mix of things here in this series now, being a best of 7. So I have to see if that is going to be the call coming through from Team Solid. But I mean, right now it just really does seem like it's VisionGaming versus the world, and well, what an incredible storyline it would be to have VisionGaming go through to match up against Cloud, and you know, well, based on what we've seen from them so far, they've looked really, really good. So, I mean, Cloud's definitely a whole different beast, but if you want to face Cloud, the #1 team, you want to be in top form, and this looks like top form right now from VisionGaming. They're not making any mistakes. They trying to keep continuing the pressure, but now we see the demos start to come through from Team Solid, and although this game's a little bit out of reach for them at this point, you probably have to say, still just about getting that first goal, getting on the board, and stopping that lead from being extended.
Yeah, I think that is a good point. It's critical here that the side of Team Solid actually get at least a goal, something to go away out of game 2 and say, hey, we've got something, a tiny piece of momentum, a foothold in this series, and now being able to run away with that one after taking the timeout is going to be something that is required. But Darius couldn't quite land that double tap here. 45 seconds left on the clock for this team to find something. Team Solid, they need to find an answer. They need to find a goal, anything, any piece of momentum to take into game 3. But right now, it still just continues to be a VisionGaming masterclass. There goes Flow. It's 5-0 in game 2. And again, they're just continuing to play with their food.
Definitely, and I think at this point you have to say, just based on this so far, if we see this performance out of VisionGaming and then you know, then Team Solid turns it around and wins the series, you'd have to say it's one of the greatest comebacks that I've ever seen in Grassroots Rocket League and in, you know, Swiss Rocket League in general. But I mean, here we are. You never know. That's what Team Solid has to be motivated by. You have to be able to try and turn that around, try and do just that, because right now you see them there struggling on defense to even get that one cleared as the seconds tick down. And right now, game number 2, closed out well and truly. VisionGaming have run away with another match in this series. Team Solid still with nothing to write home about, Subzan. And well, for VisionGaming, it's going to be a 6, and it's going to be 2 games away from a semi-final spot against Cloud.
Yeah, and they've done absolutely brilliantly so far to make it as dominant as they have. But Team Solid, you would hope that they take their time out at this point, try and find something to make this comeback happen. But VisionGaming, I mean, with the way they're playing, is there even a counter strategy that Team Solid can come up with that can break down the offense that they're just putting out? Because at the moment, it's just VisionGaming, VisionGaming, VisionGaming. It's like, it's all we're talking about. Team Solid maybe registered like, what, 1 shot this entire game?
Yeah, it was certainly an interesting one. That is in fact the correct number, unless one of the players who has just gone for probably a quick car change did register another one. But I mean, you know, regardless, it does really feel like that, doesn't it? You know, we're talking about VisionGaming, and we're wanting to sit here and go like, you know what, VisionGaming, Team Solid, as I'm trying not to have the hat fall off. And, you know, have a little bit of a mix. But at the end of the day, you work with what you can. And, well, Team Solid have nothing to work with right now. So let's see if they can try and find a comeback in this series. Game 3, a crucial point in this series for both teams. And, well, really, really crucial for Team Solid. They need to find a way back into this. Or will this just be the beginning of the end?
Yeah, and interestingly, no timeout taken here by Team Solid. Maybe just confident in their ability to warm up into the latter halves of this series and make a comeback happen. But VisionGaming, they're going to be perfectly happy to see no timeout coming through, because they can just continue to roll with the momentum that they've built up. It's what, a 10-0 aggregate scoreline so far over the first 2 games. It's crazy offense from VisionGaming, and so far they do not seem to be giving any signs of letting up. Flow, that's past one. It was almost past Darius as Dixer does look for the bump onto Selton backboard. Now Flow's got the ball. Ceiling shot, yeah, to get that one downfield, almost over Dixer. Not quite, though. And now Mackey's been called into action in the midfield. It's a double commit, though, with Selt. And now maybe there might be a chance of Team Solid, but no, Mackey again. Flip reset over 1. Flow up. Couldn't quite get it on target, though, but Selt actually chooses to slow this one down a little bit. I thought he was going to take a direct pop shot, but instead recognizes the space that he's being given by his opposition and just taking full advantage of it.
I think a lot of that was just like, from my perspective at least, it was like, you know, I'll just slow this down. I'll stare you down. I dare you to try and challenge me with this. I have all the control. You have no confidence whatsoever. But maybe this might be the confidence they need. But no, not able to find it. And here we go again. Downfield is VisionGaming. Downfield is Flow and the boys. They try to get this first goal, but Retox wants to say otherwise, wants to go for a bump. Denied by Selt. They want to try and get this downfield once again. They want to try and keep VisionGaming, you know, going in this series in general, and they want to try for this perfect sweep. Dixer tries to not allow it though, popped up to the ceiling. Selt takes it down, but Retox, this is looking a little bit better here, Subzan from Team Solid, but unless they have another teammate chasing that ball and, you know, getting that another touch, taking 50s, then it will all just go to nothing, and well, these attacks just won't mean anything.
Yeah, that second man positioning here has not been as good as it probably could have been for Team Solid, and I'd say that's probably the biggest reason why they're not able to make that much offense work. And it causes a little bit of an overcommit. Eventually you force yourself to get a little bit overzealous as third man when you're getting a bit frustrated by your inability to score, and well, that's what Team Solid get caught off by there, and VisionGaming get an open net down the other end to open up the scoreboard here in Game 3 as the script continues to be written in the exact same way as the previous 2 games.
Not certainly right now, but the ball drops in front of that. Best chance you'll get. No, not able to quite hit the shot. And here we go again on in front of the backboard, just up in the air, floating above this goal, but still not quite able to send the players needed in the right spots at the right time. And well, we've seen from VisionGaming, that's what they've been experts at so far. It's been right time, right place every single time. But, I mean, right now, Team Solid, they have a couple of shots, but it's been about converting these shots into goals. That's been the problems for them right now. Still, scoreless, still not able to put themselves on the score sheet, Subzan. And I know we've said this every game so far, but right now it feels more prevalent than ever. You have to get a goal on the board. You have to get something, because if you go into game number 4 where you need a reverse sweep, you need anything to try and get your way back into the series, then, you know, you're just not going to have any confidence whatsoever.
I mean, I don't want to talk about the stats of the odds of best of 7 reverse sweep. I want to say it's only something like 5% chance of it happening once you actually get into. If we talk about actual total best of 7s that have been played out over all time, and unfortunately, it just continues to go from bad to worse for Team Solid. As the offensive firepower here from VisionGaming is just unrelenting. We talked about the fact that they do now have 3 shots, but unfortunately, while they may have the quantity, they haven't yet had the quality to actually make one of those shots dangerous.
You talk about best of 7 reverse sweeps and the likeliness of them happening. We do not have statistics on, you know, how often it happens. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to ask you, Subsan. Subsan, how many best of 7s do you reckon you've casted?
Oh, best of 7s? Not actually that many. I would probably put it in less than double digits.
Less than double digits. How many of those have been reverse sweeps?
One.
One.
It was my team.
Did we cast that together? I'm not sure.
No, we were. I remember we were on the. It was on the B stream, and I was watching in pain as my team got reverse swept.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but yeah. The point is, it's very, very low. The chance of it happening. And we'll have to see if it's going to happen here. But right now, with not even a single goal on the board, you have to say that this game, this series, is pretty much signed, sealed, and delivered for VisionGaming as the seconds tick down. And right now, Team Solid are just fighting for everything, but it feels like they've got nothing to fight for at this point. As right now, their hope, the momentum, nothing is there. Maybe a goal, but still not able to place it top corner. 10 seconds left on the clock for Team Solid to find something, anything, before their backs are truly against the wall, and they're looking at a potential 5th to 6th place out of this tournament and out of this split in general. VisionGaming up 3-0, and Team Solid, well, it was 3-1 in the regular season. It might be a 4-0 if they're not careful.
Yeah, I mean, 6 shots to Team Solid in this game, but I mean, it's harsh to say. Do you remember a single one of them being actually threatening to VisionGaming? Because I can't say that I do. I feel like they're getting the quantity now, which is something that they didn't get in the previous games in this series. But the one thing that they're actually lacking now is that killer edge in the final third to actually get it across the line and get a goal past the defense once they're collecting themselves. And I mean, if you're VisionGaming right now, the goal you're looking towards here is not just a sweep. If I'm them, I'm thinking, goddamn, we can now play for a perfect sweep. 0 goals scored throughout this entire series. If I was VisionGaming, that's where my eyes are going to be right now.
Yeah, certainly. We do have confirmation, actually, from the admins that we have had a perfect sweep once this season, and it was in fact Permitter Swiss getting swept by VisionGaming in week 1 of league play. So it's been a while. It was a best of 5. Hasn't happened in a best of 7 yet, but what a way it would be to kick off this competition and kick off the playoffs here with a best of 7 perfect sweep from VisionGaming after doing it all the way back in week 1 of league play to a team that isn't even in this playoff bracket. And well, already it seems the confidence has been shattered. It wasn't even there in the first place. But it's into negative numbers here, it seems, Subsan, from Team Solid, and well, they've certainly got a lot of work to do to try and get out of that. Maybe this is the first shot, first goal! The perfect sweep will not be there, and it's Darius, a long shot, but still an accurate one. VisionGaming caught out of position, and maybe this is the very first of a couple more that might be to come, but oh my, the confidence that will give Team Solid here in this match, Subzan. You have to say, after what we've seen so far, that will be tremendous for them.
Listen, the way they're going to win this series from here is on the mental game. Now, if I was Darius right there, you get that goal in the back of the net, you drop the GG in chat, really get into their heads. Fortunately, it didn't happen, so we have to live with the reality that maybe they're not trying to look to play the trolling mental game and really get into the opposition's heads. But how funny would that have been to see the GG in chat? Either way, that's just what was in my head, but either way, we finally see a goal here for Team Solid and VisionGaming. They're not going to feel threatened, at least not until that one goal becomes two, but that's good. That's Darius again. It was a good 50. Flow does take control of this one. Baits Darius into wasting all of his boost. Now Cell is a boom downfield. He's given away possession. Dixer, he tried to fake out Maki, but Maki wasn't having any of it there. Midfield pass now, but it's a double commit. Maybe an open net. No, Dixer back just in time. Cell has the angle, but again, Dixer, the savior here for Team Solid, clutches up once again, and we still find ourselves in a 1-0 scoreline here as Team Solid are protecting their first and only lead of the series.
I have to say that's so crucial for them to get those saves, because personally, if you know, we see that gets scored upon there, and we see this tied game in game number 4. I don't know about you, Subtan, but I have absolutely no confidence in Team Solid winning that. If VisionGaming are able to get another goal here before Team Solid get another one, so we'll have to find out what's going to happen. But maybe as the infield starts to shape up here, and this entire offense here for Team Solid starts to shape up a little bit, we might start to see a couple of improvements here. That's certainly not one of them, but here as we go to the midfield, a double commit spells a little bit of danger, but it is Celt who has to get back into a little bit of position here to clear their lines as well. VisionGaming look for something, look for anything, but Maki looks to take to the sky and get it over one. Now here comes the second man. It's really just, I feel like I'm on Blue Peter right now, Subzan, and it's like, this is what we've been saying that Team Solid need to do every single time. We've been giving them the tutorial, and then you look at VisionGaming, and it's like, all right, here's one we made earlier. I mean, right now, that's what this series has felt like so far. But I mean, there's still enough time to turn it around. There's still the opportunity to have that reverse sweep, but there's opportunities, and then, you know, Team Solid have to turn that opportunity into a reality, and that's something they haven't been good at doing so far this series when it comes to goals.
I mean, Team Solid, they must have asked to copy your homework, just made it look a little bit different, so it didn't look like they copied it, but right now, they've done well to actually make this game 4 competitive and actually get a goal back. But Flow, I mean, I was expecting a little bit more there from that offense. The heavy touch saw him give away possession, and now Retux loses that race to Flow. It could have been another open net, a bump hopefully onto Cell. No, unfortunately not quite connecting as Darius keeps it in the mixer, but unfortunately not connecting again. And now here comes VisionGaming down the other end. Flow, flick over one. Darius, good clear though, downfield again. Retux is having to race with no boost, but it's a good touch, a good dive attempt. Maki again collects it down to Flow. The passing's working well here for VisionGaming. They've recognized that they are down 1-0, and one goal, one game could be all Team Solid need to start making this comeback, make this reverse sweep happen. And they need to kill the momentum now before it starts getting maybe a little bit too hot to handle. Kill the momentum while Team Solid are still looking a little bit flat-footed, but flat-footed with a goal lead.
Yeah,
what an angle! What an angle!
What an angle that is from Maki, up from above, and down hard there is VisionGaming. Oh my goodness! 34 seconds left on the clock. VisionGaming want this over, and they want it over now. And how much will that ruin the confidence of Team Solid? And well, I mean, we don't really have any players here to talk about it, but what we do have is 6 cars on the field that I'm sure will try and tell us with their actions. No boost for Darius, but able to clear the lines nonetheless. Game 4, 17 seconds left, a crucial goal, and like we were saying earlier, it only takes one. 1 is the magic number we've been saying throughout this entire series, and at the end of it, it all comes down to that number. 1 shot, 1 goal is all both of these teams need to either end it now or send it to another game. But what we will be doing is sending it to overtime.
Yeah, first overtime of the series. I almost thought that we wouldn't actually be able to see an overtime, but thankfully it has happened here and now, and a little bit of a mistake from the backboard of VisionGaming, and Darius is there to capitalize on it. maki, a little bit of a loose touch there and not able to make it back. Now Team Solid, they claim game 4, they claim a lifeline in this series, but they need to keep a hold of it because they cannot afford to let it slip from here.
Well, I think a lot of people didn't believe, we didn't believe, Kasalin didn't believe. I know he was pre-jumping the explanation on what to do after the series already. But you know, we're here nonetheless, exposed yet, get destroyed. Anyway, Team Solid, VisionGaming, we will get a game 5, and it will not be a sweep. So a little bit more entertainment for everyone watching at home. But we are going to have a game 5. We are going to start the redemption story here for Team Solid. But how long is that story? How many chapters does it have? Hopefully we get at least 3 to take us to game 7. But I mean, it's all about how you perform on the pitch, and Team Solid, they have that confidence. It was a little bit close because of a couple of incredible angles there that we saw towards the end of that game from maki there, Subzan. But this now will be, settled on the pitch here in game 5, or maybe it will just be taken into game 6. And Subzan, I feel like right now, regardless of how many games this goes, unless we get a game 7, it feels like a relatively one-sided series, you know? That's my opinion personally, but just from a viewer's perspective at least.
Yeah, 100%, but I mean, you got to feel for maki there. He was the savior at the end of that game 4, but then also, you know, made that little bit of that mistake on the backboard. You know, the goals giveth and the goals taketh away. So we do see ourselves here in game 5, and it seems like one of the players' PCs froze. I think it's one of Team Solid.
It's one of them.
One of the players.
It's one of them. 1 is the magic number. 1 shot, 1 goal, and 1 player who's now coming soon.
TM. Retux's return coming soon to a cinema near you. Don't write me on that one. It's not legal.
Oh my goodness.
Either way, this is a chance to keep that mental. You know, you've got a little bit of extra time to talk things through, do Team Solid, but at the same time, it's a double-edged sword. VisionGaming have that almost like a bit of a mini timeout. They don't need to use their tactical timeout. They can just now talk things through, think, okay, did we get maybe a little bit too overconfident there in that game 4? Do we just have to now play the same game style we did in game 3? Or have Team Solid just decided me versus when I have to lock in, as we do see the call for the timeout from Team Solid. A little bit late, a little bit of a... But Jesus, that reminds me of Hogan mode, calling a timeout after winning, and it's from Keller pulling weights.
Yeah. I mean, here we go. 60-second timeout started now. The players will have 60 seconds to try and discuss what they can do to bring back this series. I was getting very concerned for it, I have to say. I thought they might have not known that they had the timeout in the first place. But it seems they do know, and they have taken it. So what will that 60 seconds be to try and save their game for them, Subzan? What do you think they're discussing right now with that pro 2000 MMR master in ERS level insight?
I mean, I don't really care what they're talking about. I talk because what I mind about here is in game 4, I said the mental game was what was going to win them this. I said I wish they dropped a GG after they got their first goal. What better mental warfare to do than win a game and then take your time out? VisionGaming are going to be so confused, and that might just play into Team Solid's hands here, as VisionGaming maybe might correct the course a little bit too much, worrying about maybe what Team Solid have been discussing, and Team Solid might just be sat there playing YMCA in the background, just having a little bit of fun. But now it's the mental game. Game 5 is where we see ourselves. It would have been match point for both teams in a normal best of 5, but now we see ourselves in a best of 7 and triple match point still for VisionGaming, and Team Solid need to work their heads off if they want to make this comeback happen. A reverse sweep is so unlikely, but they've got that first step, and the one step may lead to many.
Well, after this game, you never know. It might be VisionGaming doing the YMCA as they if they claim victory. But right now, it's looking anything like that as Team Solid find the first goal, and they're off to a good start here. Game 5, the theme is redemption, and Team Solid already. well, putting their foot forward here.
Yeah, they put their best foot forward at this moment in time. Obviously, dropping the first 3 games, maybe they just looked at that and was like, lads, it's time to lock in. Me versus when I have to lock in. It's the first 3 games not scoring a single goal compared to the rest of this series, which might end up just looking like a complete role reversal and a domination for Team Solid, but that remains to be seen. That part of the script has yet to be written unless Kiselian is hiding the script from me. I do not know. I've not seen it.
Well, we'll find out. But like, certainly right now, it's definitely a possibility that we could see, you know, this be turned around. You know what, Team Solid? Here's my theory. Team Solid, they knew how good they were. They were like, you know what? We'll just give you a handicap.
Oh, that would be something. I talked about mental game. If you go like that and say handicap 3 games, there you go, quadruple match point. That's a way to destroy a team's mental. But either way, here comes Celt downfield now. Double tap attempt, but not quite connecting on it. It was a good edge with downfield, but not quite able to land that final touch, the killer blow. That edge seems to be lost here from the side of VisionGaming. It wasn't quite there in Game 4, and it hasn't been here at the start of Game 5, as again Team Solid defend a 1-goal lead. It's a little bit of prime Exeter ball. If you've ever watched the university scene, you'll know the reference I'm referring to. Score 1 and defend it for the entire game. Maybe Southgate ball as well if you've watched the Euros. I know the Swiss will be playing the English in 2 rounds, and trust me, you'll be seeing a lot of it.
Well, yeah, that's certainly a good analogy, I have to say, after watching that. But well, what I'm watching right now is VisionGaming trying to tie up game number 5. They do not want a reverse sweep to happen. Interesting statistic. Team Solid, they haven't been able to reverse sweep an opponent, and neither have VisionGaming been reverse swept this season. So, I mean, as you try to understand that sentence just as much as I am, coming in from Kasalan there, but I mean, regardless, essentially nobody has been reverse swept is what I'm reading right now. So I mean, right now, you know, VisionGaming, they have a reverse sweep threat against them, and that's the sort of response that you need coming through from Celt there in that, well, halfway through our match number 5. If you want to try and keep that going and just say, you know what, how about we just don't let that happen? How about we don't let it go the distance? And how about we try and get a second on the board? But Darius able to, well, keep things up in the air. Now downfield as Dixa has popped up in the air once again. Retox not able to challenge that for now. It is, well, already being pre-jumped by another player. And now we start to see these chances come through here from VisionGaming. It looks a little bit more reminiscent here, Subzan, of the earlier games of this series, as it's just taking shots of VisionGaming onto this net, getting things downfield, keep controlling the possession, and, well, hopefully not allowing Team Solid to play Southgate ball.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really defend a 1-1 scoreline and play back. Well, I mean, you say you can't, Gav. Southgate still tries to do it, but either way, it's
saying this in a Swiss league, by the way.
Yeah, we're saying it in a Swiss league as 2 Englishmen, but that should give them confidence that we're not talking about the Euros right now. They'll destroy us in 2 rounds' time. Either way, there's Flo. Good shot. Not quite able to get past the defense though. Dixie, it was a good save from him, but misses the ball there. That's 1. Into the midfield is a Retux. He's there to receive the pass, but unfortunately does lose control of his car a little bit there, and the play does fizzle out. Now Flo into the midfield, but no teammate was there, so it's actually just a pass to the opposition. And now here come Team Solid again. Actually, VisionGaming getting control of the ball. Flo, that's a good touch. But now Cell actually is just eyeing up the ball. Double commit, but Retux, double commit, double the power, ensures that his car is in the right place at the right time to keep that ball away. Darius, that was a risky pre-jump, and he had the confidence to go for it. That might be indicative of Team Solid's mental game here. They have confidence to go for these riskier plays, and that might say a little bit about their mental coming into this, and the fact that they are not willing to go down without a fight.
Yeah, I think, you know, that's also just really good on, you know, what point they are at in the series right now. You have to take risks if you want to win. And it might be the angle that they might be looking at very soon could be an overtime, unless Dixa can double it in. Onto the backboard we go, but cleared away once again. Darius now passed over to Dixa, has 100 boost, but hasn't quite done that 3-point turn quick enough. Now downfield we go again. Dixa able to keep things up in the air, but Mackie trying to extend this down to the ground we go. Overtime looms ahead of us in game 5. Is this going to be over, all said and done, or is this just going to be the start of a series? And, well, here we are, as already being ran downfield by Celt. Off onto the backboard we go. Dixer not able to make the connection, but thankfully neither is Mackie. So this is now what Team Solid have to do, is they have to try and just get things cleared. It was their problem in the first 3 games. Now they look like they're struggling a little bit once again, as it is just going to be VisionGaming playing patty cake with them right now. But can they get this cleared once and for all? Flow on the reception. Dixer hits it away, but no second man there. Actually, no, Dixer able to follow up his own touch with no boost. And now popped up again. Here we go, Mackie to try and take control, Subzan. But I mean, right now it seems like Team Solid, yes, they can get this clear, but once they do it, they can't quite get anything done with it.
Yeah, the first touch is good, but the second touch is there, it's just lacking a little bit. The second man positioning, it was the big problem, or the biggest problem I had with Team Solid at the start of this series, and it's rearing its ugly head again here in this Game 5 overtime. But if you want to be superstitious, currently Team Solid have a 100% win rate in this series in overtime, so you never know, they might take this one away again and force a game 6, and that would be nice to have a bit of more of a competitive series. There's a good 50 from Darius. Retux couldn't quite get it past the flow though. There's Dixer. Now one touch into the middle, but again the second man positioning is lacking here for Team Solid. Now Retux again, down
the passing play
into the midfield. Dixer again 50s flow, but Darius choosing to play himself back to his own corner, recognizing he's got a little bit of space, time to get some boost, but touch was a little bit poor. And now here comes Retux. He's got time, he's got a little bit of boost, one flip, but Flow reads it well, takes it back to his own corner. As we now are on the side of VisionGaming, their defense is now finally being tested, and so far they've found the answer.
So far, so good, but let's see, is that going to be something that continues? As right now, Retox just trying to put this in the corner, trying to set up a teammate, the teammate not quite able to make contact with it, as Darius just trying to sort of be the pest in the offense here for VisionGaming, just trying to disrupt the run of play. Now it's on the backboard, now it's Retox, but not able to sink it. In front of the net we go, Flow up in the air, Dix has pre-jumped it as well, just to try and keep this ball on this attacking side here for Team Solid. But 2 minutes and 30 into overtime we are, and VisionGaming now look to be the ones getting shut down, but the shot not able to be sunk on multiple occasions. Darius already up for it, maybe a bit preemptive though, as he's just missed it, and in fact now it is Dixer who has to take to the skies, has a lot of boost to work with, has it off the ceiling, but not able to stay with the play. Darius down, but not able to hit the back of the net, and here we are again. The shot opportunities from Team Solid, but the saves coming through here, there, and everywhere from VisionGaming. Now chance for them. Dixer has to make the connection, is able to. Controlled here in the midfield by Team Solid. Darius now up, takes it down though by Selton. Well, Retox now has to run back, get this boost, and try and make a little bit of a clear though. And well, Subzan, it really has been a bit of an equal match right now, but here's the opening. They found the breakthrough. Retox takes us to game 6, and suddenly Team Solid are back in with a bit more of a chance in this series, Subzan. What are we watching?
The power of friendship there is what worked for that one. Retox and Dixer both took that same 50, and well, Dixer won it, but in turn pushed Retox to the side a little bit into a position where he could not only follow that ball, but then score it on what was then an open net. 2 men in front of the ball, and when one man on VisionGaming was the one trying to take it, and well, 2 versus 1, you're not winning that 50, mate. You can try all you want, but you're not winning that. And Retox, I mean, he recognized that, and he recognized that he had that position. There is no timeout called here from VisionGaming, however, so it will just go dry into game 6 as the momentum, the pendulum is now swinging back the opposite direction, as Team Solid now look like the ones gaining control of this series. But they need to keep it up, as there were moments where VisionGaming were continuing their dominance from the previous games, but unlike the start of this series, again, they continue to lack that killer edge in the final third to actually get the ball into the back of the net. Now Dixer, he doesn't have much boost on the backboard. I did like how Team Solid were controlling the boost on the field, suffocating Vision Gaming away from even the small pads towards the end of that game 5. So it came to a point where I was looking at the boost amounts, and Vision Gaming oftentimes had one player with about 50, and everyone else had 12 or less. Whereas Team Solid, every single one of them boosted up, ready and willing to go for any player that presented themselves. And that's what they need to continue to do, because that magic was what worked for them, what allowed them to escape the pressure of Vision Gaming in that overtime, and allowed them to eventually get that goal down the other end.
Oh, but there's the opening! Mackie's found it, and it's just a clean, straight line there for Mackie to hit the shot. Vision Gaming on the board. Team Solid, where are you at off the start of this game? And well, the answer is nowhere so far, but they've still got 4 minutes to try and find a goal. We have seen what they can do. We have seen the pressure they can generate, but right now with a game 7 on the horizon as the rule 1 gets broken, the my bad coming through, but I don't blame them in this situation. They need to find the goal. Dixer tries to put it on the backboard, double tap opportunity, not able to find the angle, and it gets cleared away, but double commit has been, well, used, I guess you could say, by Vision Gaming, and now here's the opportunity, here's the opening created for Team Solid, but they weren't able to do it fast enough, and it's cleared down to the other side of the field. My question here, Subzan, is, you're talking about a pendulum. It sort of feels like this series so far has been a pendulum, you know, that you might buy from the pound shop or something, that has like 2 swings in it and then runs out of battery. My question is, does it have enough battery for a third and final swing, or is this just going to be a 2 and done? We'll have to find out here, as right now it seems that well and truly it has to be Team Solid who strike next, because, well, we've seen what they're like when they go down a couple of goals, and we've seen what they're like when that happens to them throughout the series in general. But now it's open for Darius. Can he land the double tap? But no, not able to, and the follow-up non-existent. So now Vision Gaming forced into a defensive scenario once again. We've seen, you know, them deal with it pretty well realistically throughout the series, and well, on the comparison side of things, Team Solid, they weren't really good at it in the first couple of games. They've been a lot better though in the second half of this series. Can that be something that continues, or is this just going to be the Vision Gaming show once again?
Might be, or it might not. Remember, we have seen Vision Gaming score late in these games. Now it's on the turn of Team Solid. They've now finally broke past that barrier of being able to score, but they've only ever scored once in regulation. So you have to think, if Vision Gaming managed to get a second, oh my goodness, Flo! It was such a good shot, but I think he ended up saving it with the second touch off the floor. But either way, Vision Gaming, if they manage to score a second one, you have to think that this series might be done and dusted, because as I said, Team Solid have yet to score multiple times in regulation, only ever getting that second goal in overtime.
I have to say, if this ends now, do we blame the producer as the scriptwriter? Do we blame Kasalin for this one? For not giving us the full script?
I didn't get a script.
Well,
I've still got a piece of paper next to me,
yeah,
but I'm pretending I've got
give us the script. He didn't
No.
give us. He gave us all the information. He gave us all these links, you know, for all these lovely stats. What a go-to producer! But he didn't quite give us the script because it was so secret and so amazing that it had to be hidden away, locked in a safe for this moment right here. And maybe 1 minute and 20 seconds might just open up a new page on this script, maybe send us the whole distance, send us to game 7, but maybe it all ends here. The questions, well, we need the answers, and maybe this is it, but no, the flick denied, and Cell able to clear that one away. Here we go, midfield. It's been such a close series between these two teams after that third game. I want to make a statement, after the third game, it's been close, and well, it's been 2 overtimes won here so far for Team Solid. They can't keep getting away with this, right? Right, well, we'll have to find out. Downfield, the opening has been created, but the shot not being able to be sunk, and now it's been raced back down to the other side of the field as the interception has been found by Darius. Retox has to land the shot, has to try and create an opening for a teammate at least, and here it is. Dixer tries to find the shot, but blocked out once again. 30 seconds remaining. It's go time here, and it's now or never for Team Solid.
And the alarm bells, they have to be ringing at this point. All guns blazing is the only way to make this happen. 19 seconds is all that remains maybe enough time for 1, maybe 2 attacks if they're lucky. Team Solid have to make something happen. This has to go downfield. Yes, Dixer to Retux. Will Celt miss this? No, oh, it's an awkward touch. Chance of Retux to get it into midfield flow. Oh, it's a poor touch. It's a weak touch, but the last defender dives. Mackie gets it over him, and Vision Gaming weather the storm and win this series 4-2.
Vision Gaming will be playing in the semi-finals next match up against Cloud Esports. It was a valiant effort from Team Solid. It's so difficult to turn around a series when you go 3 games down, when you have to try and pull off that reverse sweep. And you know, they made a wonderful effort to try and do that, but at the end of the day, Vision Gaming collect the pieces. Well, that looked like they were starting to be put through the paper shredder there, Subzan, and I think they win that at such a crucial point. They obviously still did not have time. What? Words please work. English please English. They obviously still did have that timeout in the back pocket, but it has to be said, if they go down another match, then it's so difficult to try and look at things and go, the momentum swung a couple of times here. Is it going to happen again, or is this, you know, can we realistically get back to a point where we can close this out? I'm not quite sure, but at the end of the day, it will be closed out.
Yeah, and I really think that was probably their last chance to do it. If that one went to a Game 7, you almost feel like you back Team Solid to get that one over the line. The momentum just a little bit too much at that point, but Vision Gaming do well to weather that storm and eventually get that one over the line. It was a little bit of a scare in the middle. They chose not to take their time out after Game 6 and Game 5, sorry, and you know, it ended up working out in their favor. But you know, Vision Gaming, they now see themselves with a date with Cloud Esports, the undefeated team in the tournament, and that one's certainly going to be a difficult team to have to beat. But if they played the way they did at the start of that series, they can certainly start that one competitive. If they start it on the right foot, the sky's the limit.
Absolutely, and you mentioned that match. Well, guess what? We don't have to wait long for it. It's coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Vision Gaming weather the storm of a potential reverse sweep and find themselves now in the semi-finals, as a bigger beast is what awaits them here. Cloud Esports is the opposition that they now find themselves coming up against, and with some familiar faces on the pitch, we see some familiar faces in the booth, but also some new faces as well, as I'm now joined by Rhino Boy to take us through this semi-final. How are you doing today, Rhino?
Good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to be back for some Awaken League action. You may have heard my voice over the last couple of weeks on some of the top plays of the week. It's been a blast doing some of those. But the season's over, Subzan. We are in the postseason. We are here in playoffs, and one of these teams is going to go through to the final.
Yeah, and that final is going to be a marathon. We talked about it before the previous series that best of 3 of best of 7s, RSS X finals format, if you can think back that far. And when that happened, that was a grueling format, and that's what these teams are going to have to do if they win this series to potentially take home the entire championship, as that's going to be difficult. But you almost feel like Cloud are going to back themselves to do it, having come off of this season undefeated. Obviously, they only did that off the back of a reverse sweep against mYinsanity. Yeah. And they would probably expect to face mYinsanity at that point in the competition.
You would have to suggest that. I do believe we're going to run that game back. However, anything can happen in Rocket League, right? A best of 7, anyone can show up on the day. Cloud definitely would have had to have been scrimming and warming themselves up for this game. But we'll see if that is the case, or if Vision Gaming come in as the warm team and they kind of take the series by the scruff of the neck. But remember also, the winning team in this game is going to go on to secure themselves at least some description of prize money, right? If you lose this game, there is still a chance you walk away with nothing from Awaken League. So that's a very important thing to remember as well. So Subzan, I understand that you are not around, but I think we're going to try and get some action underway. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I'll be in the lobby in just a second. I'm having a few issues, but you got Rhino Boy to take you through the action, so what more could you want?
I appreciate that. We have a caster restart, but I'm sure we will be back with Subzan very shortly. But until then, we're into game 1 of this best of 7, a huge semi-final between Vision Gaming and Cloud Esports. It's going to be Mackie trying to take advantage early. Karma going to be able to clear this one away. Flow on that sidewall. Good second man positioning immediately from Vision. And Celt won't be able to get there. Trocker going to send this one forwards. Velocity at that back post. Mackie making sure to make the save. Oh, Flo, past to Mackie. He's 1v1 with Trocker. He's going to score as well. Mackie gets the goal, and Vision Gaming look to start the upset. What a pass that is from Flo. Mackie off the crossbar, and he gets the goal into the middle of the net. Fantastic work early on in game number 1 from Vision Gaming, and we'll see if they are going to be able to continue that now. Velocity through the air, Flo to challenge, no boost to speak of. Celt trying to recover, won't do so. Karma doesn't have a lot of boost to work with. Flo in net will make the save. Trocker over into that corner, trying to get this one into the middle. Cloud, oh my goodness, Mackie had to get there first and had the boost to do so. Karma back into the corner. Trocker trying to really continue the pressure on the back line of Vision, because since going 1-0 down, the ball has been solely in the Vision Gaming half. Trocker coming through. Wall won't beat Celt. Good save from the Vision Gaming defender. And now Velocity actually going to get bumped out of the way. Celt going to score! Oh, no way! Vision Gaming! They have taken this game by the scruff of the neck. They are leading 2-0 inside a minute against a team that have absolutely run through the entirety of Awaken League this season. This would be one of the biggest upsets of the entire season. There's no doubt about that. Vision Gaming, of course, whose channel we are using for our cast, are taking just taking Cloud Esports right the way to their limit. Velocity looking for more. Gonna try and look for a goal back at least. Now finding the pass into Trocker. That's the near post. That's the Cloud Esports that we are expecting to see coming into this game. Velocity gets the ground pitch, goes onto the sidewall, off the ceiling, dunks it down right onto Trocker, who fires into the bottom right-hand corner. And suddenly that lead is halved, and suddenly Cloud Esports look like they are going to be that little bit more aggressive in this series. Flo doesn't have the boost to beat Velocity. It's Velocity moving forward. Celt trying to challenge, not able to. Mackie will send it back up to halfway. Trocker is the last man, but Celt finds the pass to Flo. It's off the back wall. Mackie's surely going to go for this one. No, Velocity does get there first and takes out Mackie as well on the follow-up. Flo, oh, that's a great pass. Celt onto the back wall, looking for the double touch, won't find it. Mackie trying to get this one into net, but just unable to do so. And I have heard that Subzan is back. I'm not sure if that is the case.
Yeah, I'm here. I've got a feed up. I couldn't get into the lobby, but we've got a feed regardless. So we work with what we got.
Excellent stuff. Well, 2-1 up. Vision Gaming find themselves. And hey, they might be looking for more. Celt going to look for the pass into the middle. Mackie at the back post. Going to rise highest, hits the post. But Flo follows in. And it's 3-1 to Vision Gaming, Subzan. No one, I mean no one, would have expected this.
Oh, 100% correct on that one. I did a little bit of digging in the time it took me to get myself back into the lobby, and Vision Gaming versus Cloud, last time they played each other, Vision did get a game. That's not something a lot of teams could say when playing against Cloud Esports, so they've got the quality to make it happen, but not only that, they've got the warm-up. They've just come off that intense series that we just watched against Team Solid, and Cloud might be a little bit cold. You would hope they've been scrimming coming into this, but they also might not have, and that would give Vision Gaming a very innate advantage coming into this series, but Cloud, they've got that experience, they've got that ability to make it happen, even if they are just a little bit cold. And that was a brilliant spot there. No, it was almost just as good of a save, but now Karma's in a 1v1. Flo, he unfortunately lost a little bit of control there, and now Mackie's up. Mackie, couldn't quite find the double tap, but again, Vision Gaming just continue to press the advantage that they've got. Any piece of momentum, any piece of aggression that they can present, they are presenting in full force.
Yeah, fantastic save from Celt as well to keep the 2-goal lead for the side of Vision Gaming. And with 1:40 on the clock, it does look like they are in prime position. Oh my goodness, Flo going to hit the crossbar there to win this game number 1, as Mackie trying to keep that pressure on. Karma can only get as far as Celt, who's playing a fantastic third-man role right now for Vision Gaming. Oh my goodness, goes low as well. Oh, hits the crossbar of the post, but Mackie follows in. 4-1, Vision Gaming are here to play. They are not messing around.
They're certainly not indeed, Rhino, and We sort of called it in the last series that maybe VisionGaming would be able to make this competitive, but to the extent that they are against Cloud currently, they're making Cloud look no better than Team Solid. Obviously, Cloud, they've got one goal, whereas Team Solid struggled to do that within the first 3 games, but a 4-1 scoreline is a complete domination, but we have to reset the story at some point, bring ourselves back to ground zero as Cloud, they do get one back via Velocity on the top left spot, and minute 15 left on the clock. There's plenty of time for still a bit of a comeback here from Cloud. Vision need to keep all guns blazing. They cannot afford to slip up.
No, and you can kind of say that about both teams actually as well, because it may be that overconfidence. It may be that, well, doesn't matter who we come against in this semi-final, we're going to win it, so we don't need to warm up kind of attitude that could be costing Cloud Esports here. Of course, they have got those 2 goals, but that is only half right now of what VisionGaming have in this game. And Flo going to try and look for this one over the top. Trocker will stop it early. Selt will be first to react, but Velocity, fantastic dunk there to make sure that that ball does not go any further. Karma, that one's going to be on target. Flo will be there with the save. Trying to follow in as well. Not a lot of boost to speak of, but still makes it work. Flo has been a fantastic player for this Vision roster this entire series, often appearing on the top plays of the week, and there's a very, very good reason for that. He's an incredibly good mechanical player. Oh my goodness, that one looks for the bottom left-hand corner, but won't find it. And with just under 20 seconds left, Subzan, this game number 1 is all but over.
Yeah, unless Cloud Esports are able to pull off a little bit of a miracle here, and Trocker might look for it, but really it needs to go in now. It needs to go in with a few seconds on the clock to make a kickoff work. Maybe enough time. No, the drop down from Velocity doesn't quite land, and VisionGaming, you wouldn't have expected it, but they claim game 1 in a very dominant looking fashion.
Yeah, they do. And we have just been also told by our wonderful producer that, I mean, this is what? The 3rd time this whole season that Cloud have conceded 4 or more goals in a single game. That is an outstanding achievement for Vision. So, yeah, I mean, they're definitely going to be feeling a lot of momentum off that. They're definitely going to be feeling like they have the ability to go and win this game against Cloud Esports and get into that grand final, which will be taking place tomorrow. Subzan, they still need to win another 3 games though, and that is where Cloud Esports can cause them problems.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you're playing as an underdog team, you have to keep that mentality alive. You cannot afford to almost get yourself nervous, and Cloud Esports, they will be able to capitalize on every single mistake given to them. They have that experience. We've talked about it in the past when we've watched Cloud Esports, that Velocity is the star player on this roster. Experience within the top levels of the RLCS. Doesn't quite matter the region. He played in MENA, he played in SSA, and he's playing here right now as he gets the opening goal in game 2.
Yeah, it's unlucky. Selt with no boost would have wanted to come across that goal line a little bit quicker, but just didn't have the, as I say, the boost to do so. And Velocity, he will get the goal on the board for Cloud Esports, and they're going to start to look going into that cruise control mode that we know that they can. It's also worth remembering that even if VisionGaming got all the way up to 3 games won, for example, then that is still a reality that could come. It's worth remembering what Cloud Esports were able to do against mYinsanity when they came back from, 2-0 down in a best of 5 to reverse sweep. Arguably at that time the best team in the league. So Selt going to look for a goal here. Karma's going to be there with a fantastic save. Trocker will be able to get past Maki cleanly. Selt over into the corner. We'll leave it to Flo, who we know can move forwards and get some work done for this VisionGaming. Maki takes over, but it's Velocity who challenges with aplomb. Trocker into the corner. Selt to clear it away. Velocity in a fantastic position to make something of that, but Flo will be there with the clearance, and now it's going to be VisionGaming trying to put some pressure onto that Cloud Esports goal.
Yeah, and they need to find that. They had it in game 1. They haven't been able to find it here in game 2. Selt diving save at the end to keep this scoreline at just a 1-0 deficit so far, but VisionGaming, they did so well to absolutely dominate the offense in game 1, but so far they haven't quite found the same success in game 2. Cloud Esports have decided to lock in just a little bit, and they've completely shut out Vision Gaming in seconds. It's almost found there by Trocker, but again, the defensive mastermind of Cell saving them again on the final back line. But now here come Cloud again. Velocity flick over one. Midfield presence is currently also in favor of Cloud, as Vision almost seem like they're stuck, not able to find anything dangerous, not able to find much of really of significance. Karma, that's a high touch there from him. Now it's a double commit. Maki and Flo both pull themselves off of it. It's a fatal mistake almost, but Velocity doesn't make them pay for it. So again, still stuck 1-0.
Yeah, and you brought it up there. It's something that I do want to highlight because it won't really get talked about enough. Is Cell is the defensive kind of glue. Oh my goodness, Maki looking for a double touch, won't find it. But Cell is the defensive glue for this Vision Gaming team. He plays that third man so incredibly well, rushing across the goal line, making those really important saves. And there again, right there to stop that momentum, stop that aggression from Cloud Esports, which has been turned up to 11, you have to say, from that first game. They have been so much more aggressive, so much more demo heavy, just trying to really put Vision Gaming off of their game. And it has worked so far, but there are still 2 minutes. That's going to be a shot on from Flo. Maki won't read it. Celt going to try and go up and beat Trocker. Trocker, a little bit of a fake-ish kind of thing. I don't really know what was going on there, but it kind of worked as Maki will pick the ball up and now try and take it away. Another demo, this time onto Flo. Vision Gaming have been taken out quite a lot in this game. Celt going to look for a shot, though, looking for the dunk. Velocity will be there to send it away, and Karma can finish the clearance.
Yeah, and it's an impressive display here from Cloud to really download how Vision Gaming played Game 1 and take that into Game 2 and adjust it. It's exactly what you'd expect from a team of this caliber, and I mean, you've got to talk about that pass and Trocker. That was something else. Velocity, all he had to do was tap that one in, but Trocker did all of the work to double the lead here for Cloud. 1 minute 22 left on the clock in Vision Gaming. They need to find something, and maybe the kickoff. No, Trocker just about back in time, but Vision Gaming have not left the side of Cloud just yet. Cloud are not out of the woods, but maybe, just maybe, collecting themselves and might just be able to get this one out now.
Yeah, when you concede a second goal, it does kind of deflate you a little bit because you kind of then go, you know, at 1-0, you kind of still feel like you're in the game. Flo going to come across and make a fantastic save. At 1-0, you kind of still feel like you're in the game. You just need that one moment to kind of get back in. Velocity, oh my goodness, doing some solo plays there, or at least trying, as Maki will get the save away. Trocker, that's maybe not the touch that he would have wanted. Karma's still going to have a shot here, and Velocity will follow in. Great save coming in from Flo, but as soon as you go 2-0 down, you then realize that, like, there's a lot of work to go to get back into the game, and the work starts with one, Subzan, and that is a fantastic read. Maki getting up there, Karma trying to get the clearance, Flo on 0 boost, just dunks on him, and 30 seconds left. Vision Gaming are back in Game 2.
To be completely honest with you, I don't feel like the Cloud defense was expecting that ball to go midfield in the way it did, and then to have all of the Avengers diving for that ball all together. I would not be ready for that one on the defense, and I don't think they were either. And you can see that by the fact that they got scored on, but unfortunately, Velocity is there to put the dagger in our hearts and make us a little bit upset as we go into probably a 1-1 scoreline.
Yeah, I mean, that's just incredible. Like, absolutely mental shot positioning there. Like, Velocity gets the hat trick. We know he's the danger man of this Cloud Esports side. We know what he's capable of, and he's just showing it there. He has such a good game awareness, game understanding of where the goalkeeper is, where the person in net is, and there will be... Okay. I was about to say there will be one back for Vision Gaming, but somehow there's a save that got locked in there, and Velocity getting that save as well means that this game is officially over. Cloud Esports, they tie up the series, and what was once a best of 7, Subzan, now suddenly becomes a best of 5.
Yeah, and Velocity, all 3 goals scored by him, but Trocker assisting all 3 as well. This is a team game for Cloud Esports. It's not a single player really directing how this series is going. They're all working together, passing, shooting, demos, anything, even the midfield control and the boost. It's all just coordinated, and that's why I'd say that's why Cloud Esports are the team that they are, why they went 9-0 in the group stage, and why they are probably the favorites to take this entire tournament, I would say. And I mean, we talked about Velocity at the end of that game too, the prolific striker that he is, and stats wise it says everything. He's the highest scorer in the league, and it's not even close. Second place, 1.14 goals per game. Velocity, 1.65. So VisionGaming really need to find ways to shut him down, because whether Cloud Esports are just feeding him goals or not, it does not matter if they continue to fly in the back of the net.
Yeah, and he's going to look for another one here, but just goes low, and Celt is going to be able to bring this one away. Gets the reset, can't go round the ball, though. That's a massive boom from Karma, but Maki will calmly push it to the side, try and get past Velocity. Does that, gets over Trocker as well. Oh, wanted the bump on Karma. What a solo play that would have been, but not to come through just yet. Oh, Flow, that's a good fake. Velocity running back towards his own net, looking for the reset. Is going to get it. Squishy save is in from Velocity. He is so good. And it's very, very clear to see why. This man works on mechanics, he works on game reading, everything that you could possibly want from a Rocket League player. You know Velocity does it, but that's a mistake. Maki dropping it down, Flo looking for the read, Celt coming in, that's the third man, and successfully getting the ball over the line. And we've already seen so far in this series, Subs, and the team that scores the first goal usually, well, it's only 2 games, but they have gone on to win those previous 2 games. So will we see the script followed in this one?
Who knows, but it was a goal conceded by a rare mistake from Velocity. We were just talking a big game of him, but I mean, he's allowed a mistake eventually, and all the credit to VisionGaming, they recognized the position that they were given and the confidence to send all 3 players on that play, making sure that you capitalize on the position and the mistake that was given up by Cloud, because they're not going to make many, and you have to make every opportunity given to you count. Now Maki, midfield touch, Flow was there, but chose to back off, but unfortunately ends up being the incorrect decision as Velocity demos him out. Now Velocity, that's a poor touch from him. Maki, double tap on the corner, midfield pass attempted, Flow. Good spot there, what a shot, what a pass, what a goal!
That's the VisionGaming we know and love. Maki double touches, finds the pass, and Flo's positioning on that goal is absolutely outstanding. Top right-hand corner, could not place it better if he tried. And that is a great way to go 2-0 up against Cloud Esports. Now, Karma trying to clear this one away. It will be Maki to challenge on that side wall. Trocker sending it into the corner. Celt to recover. Now looking for more. Flo is waiting in the midfield, waiting for the pass, waiting for something. Celt goes over one, going to try and go low, but Velocity reads it. Maki picks up the ball now, going to try something of his own. Actually going to find the pass into Flo. He will just put this one over the top. It will go into the top corner. Karma should be able to bring this one away. Looking for the pass into Velocity, into the corner, but once again, Maki going to be there with the read, and it's very back and forth. It's very tennis matchy, Subzan. But so far, VisionGaming have been just making those killer shots.
Yeah, they have, and I talked about in the previous series how Team Solid were lacking that killer edge, and that was really what was setting them back so much. Even in the games that were close, they were just unable to convert on their shots in the final third. VisionGaming in that series was doing a good job of cementing their shots, and in this series, it's the exact same story. 2-0 is where we find ourselves, and I don't know how many shots they've taken this game specifically, but I really do not feel like I've seen much of the ball on the orange side of the field so far. It's been all VisionGaming here in Game 3, and this is exactly the performance that they need if they want to continue this upset and forge a path towards the grand finals for themselves.
Yeah, and it seems like they are very willing to do that. Velocity's going to get a demo here onto Celt. Flo tries to turn, won't rise highest. Trocker's going to be there, looking for the pass in field. Velocity will turn, but Maki and Celt will deal with it between them. Celt to bring it away, no boost to speak of. Maki just about beats Karma to that ball. It's a little scrappy. There's a couple of double commits coming in, but overall, VisionGaming have played a very, very good game. Certainly, as you say, in that kind of midfield third, where they've been keeping the pressure on this Cloud Esports backline and not allowing them to progress into that attacking third and give Velocity those kind of chances and shots that he basically lives for. They've been playing much more of a 50 style. Celt going to come in, looking for the shot. Trocker will send that one away, and now Maki, no boost, but will still take the ball off of Velocity, and Trocker gets bumped away. Oh my goodness, Velocity trying to get Celt gone, but Celt will not be denied. Karma onto the back wall, well defended by Flow. And once again, when they've been in the third of their own goal, they have been able to make those defensive plays count, as you can see here. They're clearing the ball away, they're doing great work, and they're just making sure that any shots that do come in are not dangerous, and they eventually clear their lines very, very nicely. VisionGaming playing one hell of a game in Game 3.
Yeah, I mean, you sort of have to against a team like Cloud Esports. You cannot afford to let them take the shot. You have to cut it out before it becomes dangerous, and that's what Celt does there, and Flo does a good job of clearing away the follow-up. Trocker, that's a decent attempt on net, but unfortunately, again, not quite past Maki, and maybe down the other end. Karma has to make a diving save, but Flow now with almost a full tank of boots and a reset does use it, but not quite past Karma with 15 seconds left on the clock now. Cloud Esports, they need something in this Game 3, and it needs to happen relatively quickly. One more attack is probably all they will get. Here comes Velocity to commit. They recognize the danger that man presents, and just send the house to block him away. VisionGaming claim Game 3 and once again restore their lead in this series.
I know full well that Maki and Flo are going to make the headlines because they always do. They're fantastic players. And I know I've already done this once this series, but I really want to talk about Celt. 10 seconds to go, right? The ball is coming towards him. He's favorite to win that ball. He could go straight for it. He could go for goal because he sees that there's 2 or 3 Cloud Esports players trying to get there before him. But instead, what he does is fantastic. He turns. He knows that he's better off if he goes back towards his own net and defends his 2-goal lead. So he turns away, doesn't take the shot, doesn't allow himself to potentially get 50'd. He instead turns away, Velocity takes the ball, it's a little bit of a heavy touch, and he just pushes it over to the side without any problems whatsoever. And that kind of mentality, that kind of calmness, that ice in a game like this is so important. And you wouldn't see it from too many players, even at the top level, in those final 10 seconds of a game. It's just really nice to watch.
Yeah, a lot of players would be baited in there a little bit, trying to look for that third goal to be that as the dagger home instead of defending what you've already got. With that little time left on the clock, there's no real need to push for a goal. You've just got at that point to just defend what you have got, because if he sees himself overcommitting there, and that's what he realized, if he overcommits, he might leave his team in a position where they get scored on, and then the kickoff, anything could happen. So it's best just to stay on the defense, stay on the foot that you are comfortable on. And that's what got VisionGaming Game 3. They did really well at the start of the game and then just held it.
They did.
I'm wondering what's going on now, because there's a little bit of a delay getting into Game 4, but all the players are now actually in the lobby as Game 4 is now kicking off. VisionGaming only require 2 more games to complete the miracle upset, but Cloud Esports are going to look to stop them at every step of the way.
Yes, his velocity just takes a little bit longer. Hang on a minute. Flo's going to take a shot. He's going to score. 6 seconds. VisionGaming halfway to the grand final. They need 2 more games, and Flo has given them the ultimate start to game number 4.
What is that pre-jump? He's jumped before Velocity's even hit the ball. He knows exactly where Velocity's going to hit that. He is literally living rent-free in his head right now, and VisionGaming up 1-0, and you mentioned the stat last game. There was yet to be a game in this series where the team that scores first hasn't ended up winning it. Maybe we might see that storyline repeat again, but Cloud Esports are the ones on the push. VisionGaming, they had to do really well to keep that one away on their goal line as all 3 players look awkward with low mistake there from Maki, and Velocity is there to immediately capitalize on the opening presented.
Oh, you can't make a mistake there. That one feels real rough. All of the fantastic pre-jump from Flo undone there. But I do want to talk about that Flo goal just for a moment, because I mentioned it earlier in the series, and it feels like Maki saves, thank goodness. It feels like that is the style that VisionGaming are trying to go for. Consistently challenging, consistently 50ing, pre-jumping, just trying to get in the way of every pass, shot, touch that Cloud Esports want to do, and it's proved fruitful for them so far in this game. Certainly in this series. Karma going to look for this one. Water falling down, good save coming in from Celt, as yeah, I think that style of play that Vision Gaming have adopted has really put Cloud Esports on the back foot, because they were expecting to be able to get a lot of space, I would think. They were expecting to have a lot of the ball, and that's just not been the case. They've been shut down basically every single time they've tried to get possession, and that is credit to the way that Vision Gaming are playing.
Yeah, and they've clearly done their research coming into this series. Vision Gaming, they had a little bit of time off between the end of the main season and the start of playoffs, so plenty of time to watch a couple replays, in particular the series that they lost against Cloud Esports, and figure out, okay, this is the way this team plays. How are we best going to counter it? But unfortunately, speaking of counters, Vision Gaming got caught a little bit over-committing there. Maki got baited in, and unfortunately, so did Cell. The promise of a potential second goal catches them out, and Velocity just clears that one all the way down the field and ends up in the back of their net.
Yeah, I think that's an unfortunate one, because I would imagine Maki on comms has said, guys, I've got this, I've read it, and then he hasn't. And that's just a rough one, right? Cell has to trust his teammate. It's good that he does, because I imagine he got that call, so he figured it would be moving towards that kind of left corner, so that's where he was moving towards. Velocity comes in, cuts it out, and sometimes that's how it goes in Rocket League, you know? It's kind of just the nature of the beast, but I hope they're not too disheartened. They will continue to move forward with Flow, trying to get something going here, but the power is not found. Celt not going to turn on that one, giving Velocity a lot of time and space, which might not be the best idea. Oh my goodness, the redirect almost found its home. Maki doesn't have any boost. Trocker's in the corner. Celt will be able to clear that one away. And Karma now running back towards goal. There is a chance for a counter-attack. Velocity doesn't have a lot of boost. Maki's going to be there to react. Velocity staying on that back wall, and it's just not on target. But Vision Gaming, they are continuing to cause the Cloud Esports side a lot of problems.
Yeah, and they need to continue to do this if they want to take this series home in the end. They cannot let Cloud Esports play their game. They need to make them uncomfortable in whatever way that requires. That's the way they're going to have to do this. Whether it requires a few more demos when it comes to the tail end of this game, who knows? But they do need to be the ones to get that goal, because right now they are behind 2-1. They need to find something, but with 1:40 left on the clock still, there is plenty of time to make that happen, unless another goal goes in. It was a double commit there. And Maki, oh, what a diving save from him to keep that one out. And now Celt, he's got some boost. Almost past Karma. No, it's not, but Maki, it lands to his feet. And now it's his turn. But Velocity's now the one on the ball. Flow recognizes the time to pre-jump. Celt almost got bumped up by Trocker there, but not quite able to. Now Velocity is turning back around. Celt with no boost. He's looking for the 50, but carried downfield by Karma, actually. And now play is reset in midfield.
Yeah, Maki going to try and keep possession for the side of Vision Gaming and build again. As Maki trying to get away from Trocker, and eventually Trocker hunts him down. Looking for that demo the entire time. Flow gets there, Trocker back in the middle. Celt should be able to clear this one away, but if you keep in this position, you will eventually get boost starved. Karma, Flow going to come in and take charge. Velocity straight back where it came from, and looking for the reset as well. Celt on the near post will be able to clear that one away. Flow has picked up 100 boost. Maki won't read that one above Karma. Onto the sidewall, 30 seconds left. It's now or never time for Vision Gaming. Celt looking for the bump, won't find Velocity. And I feel like that was their last real chance at getting back into this game, Subzan.
Yeah, you have to feel like it was, but you know, there's still a tiny little bit of time left on this clock. If they can get this ball off Trocker, which they haven't managed to quite do, as Karma's now pursuing the ball. 10 seconds left now. They need to get this ball upfield. This is the last counter-attack of the game, but Celt demoed away. Trocker with possession, and that will be game. 0 seconds. It's on the wrong side of the field, and Cloud Esports claim game 2, and now we talked about it at the end of game 2. It's now gone from a best of 7 to a best of 5, and now to a best of 3.
Nothing to separate these teams after 4 games, and that is incredibly exciting viewing, certainly, as the outright favorites for the entire league are being pushed to their limits by Vision Gaming, which is, yeah, we love to see it. It's fantastic viewing. And Subzan, I would have to say that I don't actually think either team has looked like a level above the other. I really wouldn't like to call which way this series goes. Cell going to try and make it go to VisionGaming. And they've improved their fastest goal of the series by 4 seconds there. It was previously 6. Now it's 2. Cell gets the kickoff goal.
Name a better duo. VisionGaming and winning odd-numbered games in the series. They do claim the lead, but I mean, I'm going to be completely honest with you. 2 seconds in, that is... Oh, never mind. Oh, what are Cloud Esports doing? That is about as overzealous of a commit as you could possibly get there from Trocker, it was. So, just midfield, boom, Velocity can't recover back after the kickoff, and Cloud Esports, they're looking like they're sweating just a little bit as less than 10 seconds in, VisionGaming, 2 goals to their name, but now Trocker's the one with possession, and we see it down the other end. He might score 1, and both of these teams have forgotten how to defend.
Yeah, that's all it is. 3 goals in 12 seconds. Absolutely ludicrous. But the script was ripped up last game. You'll seem to remember, Subzan. Before that game, every single time a team had scored the first goal, they went on to win the game. But last game, VisionGaming took the lead, went 1-0 up, and then they lost 2-1. So with that now done, there's no precedent for who is going to win this game at all, as it will be maki looking to put this one into the middle. Karma sends it away. Flo gets a pinch, but Chocker will be equal to it, and now pops the ball up. Celt tried to pre-jump it. Maki gets the save. Celt is still pushed far up the pitch. Looking for the top right corner. Oh my goodness, hits the post. Maki follows in. And the flying fish into the bottom left-hand corner. Celt just setting his teammate up. It could have flown into the corner, but in the end, Maki was there to recover, and it's 3-1.
In a way, it's almost beneficial that it was off target, because I feel like the defense would have been ready for the on-target shot, but
no way.
I think we've got to... No way. Oh. I think we've also got to talk about the recovery that was there from the side of VisionGaming, because last man got bumped and was still able to make that shot go through, but I mean, we normally talk about Flo as their star man, but right now it's Cell, hat-trick within the first minute of gameplay.
I feel vindicated with Celt getting a hat-trick, that like this is the man that I've been praising for the entire series. This is like Rocket League going, hey, you know ball, kid. Congratulations. No, Celt's had a great game. I mean, I know it's mostly kickoff goals, let's be honest.
Oh my goodness.
And another one to follow in.
Defend. Defend. Bad. Ball. Down the other end. Please, hit it. I beg.
1 minute in, 6 goals on the board, which I think has already matched our top goal tally for a game so far this series. I think we did have a 4-2 game, and I think, but that was at the end of the game, not 1 minute in. So, right. Yeah. I mean,
what you're saying is 11-10 scoreline in overtime. Yep. That's the way we're going. That's the way we're going right now.
That's where we're heading. Absolutely. Is Markey going to go low? Cell going to look for the pinch. Will find Flo. Uncontested, but just pushes it backwards. And that's unfortunate. Sometimes those reads are pretty difficult. And yeah, Flo not able to make much of that one. Trocker, oh my goodness, Cell will get the save, but very, very close from Trocker there. Maki putting this one downfield. Karma off the back wall, needs a double touch, won't find it. Flo's following in, but Velocity there with the recovery, making sure that there's not another goal for Vision until Maki. No boost to speak of, couldn't reset in time, and the score remains 4-2.
It's kind of insane to say 4-2 with 3 minutes left on the clock. That is a mental scoreline. Oh, Karma almost got caught out of position there. Now Velocity downfield. Wait, he might have found an opening. No, Celt just about back in time. Now Trocker, shot off the crossbar. Flo is looking for the squishy save, but chose to back out of it, and backing out was the wrong decision as Karma was there to put a dagger, and now Cloud Esports within 1.
Yeah, they've been fighting back, and it's now a little bit worrying if you're a VisionGaming fan, because once Cloud Esports get momentum, it's very, very difficult to knock them off. Jocker looking for a shot here. Flo will be equal to it. Double commit. Celt to send this one away. Velocity has a lot of boost to work with. Pass down to Karma. Over the top of one, but Celt will be there with the save, and they might be able to get this clearance as well. Kind of. Velocity on target. Maki gonna hit this one away, and it is a lot of pressure coming in from Cloud Esports right now. They just want to keep the ball in Vision Gaming's half and commit off of a mistake. But at the minute, Vision Gaming are not giving them those mistakes. That double commit might be the first one to speak of, but Flow will keep the pressure on for the side of Vision Gaming instead. And we will move towards some offensive play for Vision.
Yeah, but we've seen a couple of mistakes in a row here from Vision on the attack. They're playing the strategy well in the sense that... Oh, there we go. Demo. Open net for Cell. I was going to talk about the fact that they had been making those mistakes, but they've continued to pressure Cloud Esports and make sure that they cannot generate any amount of possession, any control, any time on the ball. And before I even get a chance to say that, they show me exactly the point I was going to make. Cloud tried to take possession, but immediately challenged, demoed out of the way. Shot there from Flow off the kickoff, but it is barely off target. And 5-3 is the scoreline with 1 minute and 45 left on the clock.
Vision Gaming have a lot of boost and a lot of teammates, and Mackie decides to do some defending for Cloud Esports. That's very kind of him. He wouldn't have felt good about it if that goal had gone in, but luckily it only hit the crossbar for Vision Gaming. As Cloud Esports now try and get themselves once again back into this game. Flow, good challenge, past middle. Cell just goes over it, maybe kind of selling a fake there, but Velocity was not sold anything. Mackie challenging, and both teams jockeying for midfield possession. Karma looking for the pass into Trocker. Will get the dunk as well, but it will only go into the corner. Flow beats that one past Velocity. No third man to speak of for the side of Cloud Esports, so they had to cut that ball out, and they successfully did that. As Velocity now coming in. Past midfield. Oh, Mackie took that one off Flow's bonnet, and maybe the communication is just starting to become a little bit frayed with 52 seconds left on the clock. Vision Gaming are looking to find themselves within one game of making it to the grand final, and Flow may have just given them the goal that will make that statement a reality.
Yeah, and it's always the interesting thing with underdog stories like Vision Gaming here, where sometimes you find them, you know, taking their foot a little bit off the pedal halfway into the series, but you can confidently say that that has not been the case in this series for Vision. While they've had a couple of mistakes here and there, and it has to be said, the communication looked like it was unraveling a little bit in the midfield. At the end of the day, 6-3 is the scoreline. They're happy in the way that this game ended up starting, that 4-2 scoreline that they found themselves in within the first minute. And even though both teams have remembered how to defend since then, all Vision have had to do is to continue to defend that scoreline that they got themselves. And even then, they've expanded it since then. 10 seconds left on the clock now, and I mean, it's going to take a miracle for Cloud Esports. And with 5 seconds, that is just simply not possible anymore. Mathematically impossible. Chances improbable. Vision Gaming 3-2 in the series. Double match point.
Double match points for the rank outsiders. And this is Rocket League, folks. We talked about it before the series, right? Like, at the end of the day, anything can happen on any given day in a best of 7, and that is what we are seeing right now. Cloud Esports, they are not showing up the way that we know that they can and have previously in this league, and all it takes is one. All it takes is one series where you're not playing your best, certainly in playoffs, and that's it done. I mean, I don't think anyone would want to play Cloud Esports in a grand final, let alone a 3rd, 4th place playoff. But Subzan, that looks like where we're heading unless they can get something together in this game 6.
Yep, single elimination is a cruel mistress. Sometimes you will have a perfect season in the way Cloud Esports have done, and it just will not come together in the first time of asking, and that's just season over at that point. And Cloud Esports, they've got 2 chances. They need to get one over the line. Gaming. One good game, one more game 5 level goal, and they will that for the grand final. And
unsure what happened there with Subzan's mic, but just give us a moment. It might have been that shouted a little bit too loudly, potentially. We're not sure. We will see what we can do with that. But there is a game to watch. 4 minutes 15 on the clock, and it's going to be Vision Gaming looking to see this game out right here, right now, because if we're being honest, if they don't and this goes down to a game 7, I'm not sure they will have the ice to see that over the line, but I'm happy to be proved wrong, as they have won every single odd-numbered game in this entire series. Celt going to try and win them an even one as it comes down off the ceiling. Trocker is pushed up quite far. Maki will push it over to the side and we'll start clearing this one out. Trocker, good defense. Flow will have a lot of time and space to work with here for Vision Gaming. Karma gets the challenge up in the midfield. Celt going to try and get this one on target. Trocker will send it clear, but Maki will take him out. And now moving into the middle, Velocity will not be denied. Good save coming in from the Cloud Esports man, and I believe we can hear once again from Subton.
Yep, I don't quite know what happened there, but seems like the gameplay hasn't progressed that much since I was gone. Still 0-0, and is this the longest that both teams have gone without scoring in this series?
Could be.
I almost feel like either Vision Gaming scored like in the first minute, or Cloud Esports have, you know, done a little bit of a masterclass and also scored within the first minute. I feel like there's never really been this neutral gameplay that we're seeing right now from both of these teams for at least as long as we're currently seeing it. No team able to really break through. That might be a display of how nervous Vision Gaming might be with the fact that they are just one step away from completing the upset. And Cloud obviously playing a little bit more safe, realizing that maybe their own mistakes might be to blame for the position they find themselves in, and just trying to figure out how to prevent that from happening. Locking in and defeating Vision, but right now the ones on the offense are Vision still, but the boom out downfield. Velocity looks for the double tap, but the double is barely off the target, but that Danger Man is always going to display himself, and he's still going to be one to be watched for. Now Trocker downfield, Velocity shot, demo. It wasn't a demo, no, it's a save away by Celt.
Hey, listen, this is a very exciting moment of the game. Trocker, what a save from Maki! Keeping the scoreline level. Trying to get this clearance away. Not going to happen. Karma off the back wall. Celt to defend. Will do so. Flow on this far side. Be cut out by Trocker. But I think you've raised a really good point there, and that is that Cloud Esports now realize that they are one game away from potentially not making those grand finals that it probably feels like is their right to get to that point. And it will be Karma to get the first goal of this game number 6 and potentially give us that Champions Field Game 7 as 1 minute 38 is left on the clock. Cloud Esports, they have locked in, and it really looks like they are not letting Vision Gaming anywhere near into this Game 6.
No, they're not, and Vision Gaming, they haven't really had a look in this game as Cloud Esports again put in another via Velocity. And you have to think, maybe, we talked about it before, after the first goal, that Champions Field was looming, and with every goal that goes in for Cloud, that reality becomes larger and larger. Vision Gaming, they need to find something, and they need to find it fast if they want to prevent Champions Field, because Cloud have shown us before how they're capable of playing a Game 5 or Game 7 scenario, and Vision might crumble under that pressure. Now Celt, that's a boom to Karma. Karma, poor touch though as Maki takes control of it. Edge up an attempt, not past Trocker though, but Flow, the star player for this team, is now up, but Flip Reset didn't quite connect as Maki now has to move himself back downfield, but Velocity's shot wasn't quite good enough to test the defense. But they recognize that they don't need to test the defense that much, because they will just be given that opening, and they didn't even need to score, but the third goal there goes in for good measure.
And I'm pretty sure that has all but locked in that Game 7, that Champions Field. And, oh my goodness, this has been right the way down to the wire. I'm not even really sure what changed. I do think that Vision Gaming have been a little less aggressive in this game number 6, and maybe that is nerves, maybe that is, you know, whatever it happens to be. It could be Cloud also playing a little bit more conservative. Flo going to look to get this one in the middle. Maki trying to pick it up on the far side. A little bit of momentum for Vision Gaming would not go amiss. As, yeah, this Game 7, even with the performances that we've seen, I believe still favors Cloud Esports just based on their experience and their quality that we know that they have. However, Vision Gaming have shown across this entire series that if they play the way we know they can, they have a real chance of putting Cloud Esports off of their game and picking it up as well. Velocity's going to get another one for good measure. A hat trick after, it's fair to say, going missing in game number 5 and coming back in this game number 6 and reminding everyone that he is very much in the server and is very, very dangerous.
Yeah, Velocity is one of those players that if you forget about him in the lobby, he'll just perform something like that. But Game 7, Champions Field is where we find ourselves. And I mean, VisionGaming, they need to lock in at this point if they want to make this upset happen. One more game is all they're going to be given. Cloud Esports are going to be pressing them as fast as they can, however. They recognize there's a little bit of blood in the water, VisionGaming. They took their foot off the pedal. It was what I was worried about in, I think it was game 4 or game 5, that VisionGaming would do this. And unfortunately, it's striking them at the worst possible time, but neither team has called a timeout at any point in this series, both content to just go straight into the final game of this series. A ticket to Championship Saturday. The Grand Finals is on the cards here. A best of 3, a best of 7s for the winner for a shot at the largest bit of the prize pool.
Absolutely right. And also it's worth remembering that there is a chance that if you lose this game, you ain't walking away with any cash. 4th does not get anything, but 3rd will. So, yeah, you need to win this game to guarantee yourself some of that sweet, sweet moolah as we move in to the Grand Finals Saturday. Flo coming in off the side, getting the pinch as well, but Velocity will be there with the read. And it's worth mentioning that in that last game, Flo did not get into triple digits for his score. That was a 92 score from Flo in that last game. So Velocity goes missing for a game, then Flo goes missing for a game. Choco should get the first goal of this game 7, and he will indeed. Cloud Esports taking the lead. Now, something that has rung true in this entire series is that every time Cloud Esports have taken the lead, taken that 1-0 lead, they have gone on to win that game. So, will that remain true, even though it's an odd game? I mean, there's 4 minutes to find out, but VisionGaming, they need to get back into this one, and they need that goal back very, very sharpish.
Yeah, 100%. You can't really let Cloud Esports run away with this momentum. Although there's 4 minutes on the clock, the last thing you want to do is let them hold and let them gain a little bit of confidence. And there's mYinsanity to equalize.
That's what we wanted. That is what we wanted. We asked for it. We were given it. Get back into the game. Let them know you're here. Don't do what you did in Game 6 and kind of just sit back and play Gareth Southgate ball. No, not at all. This is wonderful coming in from VisionGaming. And we are all tied up once again. I promise that's the last time I mention Real Football Subs now.
No, I like it. I think Castellian seems to like it as well. There's the classic English self-deprecation of how bad we are at football, given how good our players are. But either way, 1-1, equal scoreline now. Oh, Trocker downfield, he almost got that one past, but now here comes mYinsanity. He's been the star player at times. There's Sel, good shot, Karma, good clear away, but he is demoed away. Now mYinsanity into the midfield, again, chance here, but all 3 players of Cloud in the midfield. Now here comes Velocity, the danger man. What can he do? Pass 1 over 2, and there's Velocity!
I believe it was the great Rio Ferdinand who made the exclamation, "This is what he does!" It's absolutely wonderful from Velocity. We know he can show up in these clutch moments. We know that he's got this in his locker. He gets past 2 players on his own. A solo run from the danger man of Cloud Esports. When they needed him the most, he does appear. And yeah, it's going to be a long road once again for VisionGaming to get back in this game, but they have already done it once. They need to do it again, and the ball being in this end of the pitch is not where they would want it to be at all. Trocker, that's going to be on target. Flo to push it away. Trocker once again leaving it for Velocity, who will get his 2nd of the game. And it just feels like this man is on a mission to make it to those finals.
Yeah, Cloud Esports, especially Velocity, really locked in these last couple games, and VisionGaming, they really need to be able to replicate that style that got them to this point. The 3 games that they did get, they got off the back of their aggression, and we need to see a little bit more of it, but Celt being so far back is not a good sign for them. They need 2 goals, and preferably one as soon as possible, because they need to kill this momentum by Cloud. There's Maki, tried to play the 50 with no boost, but Karma wasn't baited in. Now Chocker downfield. That's one touch, but Karma fakes it for Velocity, who also misses the ball. Now goes Flow. He's got a flip reset down to a teammate, but Karma there, recognizing the space, just clears that one away immediately.
Oh, that's
midfield. Bump away. Yep, there we go again. Velocity and the rest of Cloud Esports just keep on firing. I know it was Chocker that scored that one, but a lot of it came off Velocity.
Cloud Esports have not been ahead in games this entire series until this. Game number 7, where they may just take it at the very last second. It's a good demo from Maki. Celt gets him getting past Chocker, but getting bumped away is going to put a stop to his attack. Maki, no boost, only as far as Velocity. And this is Cloud Esports properly locked in now. They are not giving VisionGaming a sniff, but Maki might take one for himself. It will be away from Karma. Flow trying to get on the end of this one. And now this is a problem because they are just pushing too many people forwards and getting caught out on the counter. And that's either going to equalize this game for them or it's going to lose it for them. And at the minute, Subzan, it is looking like they are going to die on this kind of hill that they're trying to put together.
You see, the big difference here is the rest of the series, VisionGaming they've played aggressive. There's differences to this aggression. There was the controlled aggression that VisionGaming has provided throughout games 1 to 5. At the moment, this is panic aggression. There is no communication. There is no structure to this at the moment, and that's what's causing them to be as pressured as they are. It's just committing for the sake of committing, and unfortunately, Cloud Esports, that is exactly the sort of game style they want to see as Karma puts home a 5th, and that is probably the end of the runaway underdog story.
Yeah, it's a tough way to lose it, unfortunately. 5-1 is an absolute battering. And there may be more yet. I mean, as I've kind of said, right, this is one of those play styles that it just feels like VisionGaming, they didn't really discuss. That might find its way in. 3 goals in 37 seconds. I mean, we saw it in game, what was it, 4? Where, or was it 5? 5. 5.
6 goals in a minute. Yeah.
The odd games, of course. Yeah, 6 goals in a minute. So there is still an outside chance, but they need to get this kickoff and the next one and the one after that. And winning, that many kickoffs in such quick succession is very, very difficult. Flow going to try and make it happen. Celt will have his teammate, Maki. Oh my goodness. Had to be alerted, Velocity, but he was. And with 25 seconds on the clock, it is only a matter of time before VisionGaming accept defeat. And unfortunately, they will lose this game 7. And they will find themselves in the 3rd, 4th place playoff. But that is not to say they've not played incredibly well against a team that is as highly ranked as Cloud Esports.
I mean, yeah, to take Cloud Esports all the way to Champions Field, that is an achievement in of itself. I don't think it's happened that often this season. Just checking back through the stats at the moment, and yeah, no. Besides their Game 5 reverse sweep against mYinsanity, this is the first time they've been taken to Champions Field by any team all season. So it's absolutely impressive by VisionGaming, but unfortunately, the gas just ran out at the final moment, and Cloud Esports will be the ones to go through to the grand finals tomorrow. But VisionGaming still have one more chance to earn themselves a little bit of money in that 3rd place match at the start of tomorrow.
Yeah, and we don't actually know who they're going to play in that game. We will be finding out in our final game of the day. That's coming up at 9 p.m. CET. However, Subzan, it feels a little deflating, but you can completely understand it. VisionGaming have just come off a 6-game series followed by that 7-game series. I mean, they've just played, 13 games of Rocket League back to back to back to back to back. It feels like without so much of a breather. So fatigue definitely sets in. You start to get a little bit panicky. That kind of mindset definitely starts to fade in, and you have to question, If Cloud Esports also had to play a 6-game quarterfinal and then they met in this position, would we see the same thing? It's arguable to say that they wouldn't. So, yeah, tough from the side of VisionGaming. They just ran out of steam, as you say, in that final game. But they looked super good, and I would not want to be meeting them in that third place playoff, because that seriously is a dangerous team to face in that kind of prize money game that will be played tomorrow.
Yeah, no, 100% agree with you. That one, and that will be one of Dive Esports' Irie Legacy or mYinsanity. And frankly, with the way VisionGaming played that series, it's as you said, no one will want to face them. They're going to have to do their homework coming into that series. Because frankly, if VisionGaming can continue to do what they did there and what they did against Team Solid, I don't think they'll see anyone down there as a threat to them in the slightest.
No, I wouldn't expect so, but you talk about down there, and that is exactly where we are heading here on the VisionGaming Twitch stream, because we are going over to that other side of the bracket, and we are going to watch some Dive taking on Irie Legacy. That one is coming up in just a few moments with myself and Sir Pegasus. We will see you very, very soon for that game. We have our first finalist for tomorrow's games, Cloud Esports, winning in 7 against VisionGaming. And now we swap the sides of the bracket, and we have our first quarterfinal here on this side. It's Irie Legacy versus Dive Esports for the right to play mYinsanity in order to then get to the grand final. It's a long road to get there from this point, but I am joined. This is a very, very special moment for me. I've been waiting to say this for months. I am joined in the casting booth by Sir Pegasus!
Yes!
Yeah!
Oh, no, boy! It is time. It's been so long since I was first introduced to you, and I've wanted to cast for ages, but these pesky producers keep on tearing us apart. But shout out Cass in the background finally got us together here for a huge matchup. It's the quarterfinals of the Awaken League here in spring 2024, and Dive versus Irie. These are two teams that have come in of quite different terms. I believe Dive went 6-3, and Irie, they're used to that fight for survival, finishing 4-5, actually coming off the back of a negative record here in league play. But if that side of the bracket showed us anything is possible here, Rhino. We just watched Cloud Esports go to 7. Let's see if this half can deliver just the same. We've got all the players in the lobby. This quarterfinals can begin. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Irie Legacy versus Dive Esports.
A huge game, and it's going to be Nairo coming off that side wall, looking for something here. Turb going to try and keep the pressure on, but it will be Destro looking for that clearance. Actually not going to find it. It'll be Enjib trying to get something to go. Prith going to get the booming clearance downfield, and now Irie Legacy going to look to try and keep some pressure on. Destro doing just that. That is on target, though it's not moving at the quickest pace. Oh, he gets a good challenge. Aralee's coming in, but it's a good save from Turb to push it away.
And it's an early start here from Irie Legacy. They've been able to pile on that pressure. And it felt like Dive Esports, they had that bit of possession at the beginning. They weren't really able to create anything out of it, but it's still early days. Plenty of stories left to be written here, chapters to be written into the book. And it all starts with Diestro save, a ball back into the middle for Turb, a post hit, and the goalkeeper, the post, all getting involved. And it's only been 1 minute.
Yeah, counter-attack now, a chance for Irie Legacy. That one's on target from Prith, and that's a fantastic goal. He noticed that he's beaten the third man there. He comes off that sidewall, flicks into it with the power, and sends Irie Legacy 1-0 up in the game when, to be honest, Pegasus, it has been mostly Dive who have been keeping a lot of the possession.
And I think they can go into this kickoff with that bit of confidence, but it's still early stages left in the game. Of course, there's 4 minutes left in this one, and this is a best of 7. It could go the full distance. We saw it happen in the semi-final in the series before. These goals can be returned, and well, this attack actually continues here for Irie Legacy, who do try to double their lead, but a few demos in field do open up that space, allow Dive Esports to have some room to breathe. But now back into the air to Rolly for Pride, and what a redirect! into that top left corner. He's got himself his second goal of the game, and what an impact!
Aralee's pass down is great, but Prith is such a danger man in the opponent's half, and he is proving it there once again. 2 goals, and both of them absolute stunners from the Englishman, as now it will be Aralee once again challenging Nairo, trying to keep that pressure on for Irie Legacy. They seem to have settled into this game now. It will be Nairo looking for the pass, but Turb won't read it. Destro down to Aralee, looking for the pass again. The hat trick not going to be found. Njib will be there to send the ball away, but Irie Legacy, they are really kind of putting their boot on the throat of Dive Esports now. They are pressuring completely. Prith into the middle, Nairo to send it away. Destro will be on that far side, still keeping that pressure on. The ball, for the first time since that goal has been scored, is crossing that halfway line and might even be looking in the middle. It will be Njib trying to rise highest, and does off the crossbar! Dive Esports, they are not to be denied yet, and that is a fantastic finish from Njib.
And he wasn't even in the best position there. That was all based on the recovery, reversing towards that ball, got themselves into the air as quick as possible, took advantage of that opportunity. And now, it's a very open game. We're not even across that halfway point. We already see 3 goals going in and some misses in front of the goal. And I can't even finish my sentence. And we're back to equality.
Yeah, this time it's Turb who gets the goal. And all of a sudden, as you say, we're back even. I couldn't even blink. I couldn't even watch it. That was mental, as Turb does get the goal. It's a kickoff goal, and Dive come right back into the game. Prith, though, looking to rectify the situation for the Irie Legacy side. Aralee is going to play third man, so just sitting a little bit further back. Njib looking for the pass into the middle. It will be Turb who rises highest, but only into the corner. Nairo going to try and get this one into the middle after the second touch. Won't find it. Aralee turns. Pops the ball up, and it will be Destro. Wins it over Njib. Aralee will get the pre-jump onto Turb, but it will actually fall very kindly to Nairo, who will push it back down the field. Destro trying to turn. Turb takes a shot, and Turb gets his second of the game. From 2-0 down to 3-2 up. Dive Esports, they take the lead.
And it was Destro, too heavy of a touch there. He wanted to get that second one forward to bring it back into that attack, which they'd actually maintained for quite some time. But one counter was all it took for Dive Esport. They've been prolific in front of goal, but the same must be said, to be fair, of Irie Legacy, who have been able to pile on that pressure. But it's Nero. Back wide, wants to find this ball in field. Has Njib behind to be that recovery player, but this ball sent long does make things a little bit more difficult. Destro, another shot forward, but Aralee trying to find Destro again. All 3 players involved in this play. They got the 4th back involved, and Dive just can't keep up. You just had to get it on target.
That's all that needed, but it goes over the crossbar. Aralee trying to keep the pressure on, but with 0 boost, he's going to get turned away, and Turb puts it onto the back wall. Prith gonna try and find the pass up to Aralee. He doesn't find it, but it's almost redirected by Nairo. It's in the middle. Njib gonna get taken out. Prith following in, but that one is high, wide, and not very pretty, as the ball just will not find its home for the side of Irie after those first 2 goals. Destro turning on this one. Will get past Njib as well, but it will be Turb to pick it up on halfway and find the pass into the middle. Aralee should be unchallenged, but Destro will be there to make the save instead, and Aralee just gets it past Njib, but that was very, very close to 4 for the side of Dive, and now there's a counter-attack in from Irie Legacy. Prith up, off the top corner, waterfalls down, and it'll be followed in! Aralee converts, 3-3, we find ourselves Pegasus with 50 seconds on the clock.
Well, it was double commits in defense and double commits in offense as well, but Irie Legacy still come out on top. They'll call that covering every single angle, I think is what the cool kids call it nowadays, Rhino, but they will not be complaining. Back to 3-all. They've recovered off that Dive Esport momentum, which they were able to pile onto them, but now it's back to Destro, getting that ball high. Nero able to read this one, managing to keep close control of it. Flip reset was laid out there to Njib. Turbo, ball back forward, and we've seen quite a few of these passing plays here in the opening game. You can see how these 2 teams have built their chemistry throughout the season, and that ball in field, unfortunately, couldn't be a shot there for Irie. Instead, it's Dive Esports, some space on the ball, couldn't get that bump, however, and it's back to Nero. 50-50, a second one to follow. Njib, who's just picked up that 100 boost, tries to find it in field. Big clearance here, 10 seconds, however. do remain. Will we see our first overtime, or can we get some 0-second magic? Aroli shots on target! And Nero denies the 0-second goal, but it's not over yet. Oh, I can have another mistake! Oh, Rhino! We are in an overtime, but it was shaky.
It was very shaky. Dive Esports will be very, very thankful that they got away with that unscathed. And they find themselves in overtime, and Destro had to make a last-minute save there to keep overtime running, because it looked like Dive were going to take it. Nairo putting this one into the middle. It will be away by Irie. Destro doesn't have any boost to work with. Prit's going to challenge. Does well as well. Turb, pass, Nairo, pass again. Engine back. Turb, what a shot! Destro with the save. No way! What a passing play that was from Dive Esports. But they're denied at the last second, Pegasus.
And how did the defense keep up with that? That's almost as impressive as the passing plays I was seeing before me. Prip, however, backflipping on that one, has Destro right behind, however, to act for that 50-50 against Turb. And Prip, so fast, and a sea of Swiss still managing to show himself, but Turb back wide, and that's been an important whiff there. Prip has to keep this ball in this corner, but everyone's near post. It's a difficult defense to hold on to, but Irie, they've stepped up to the plate.
They have. Nairo looking for more. Prit's going to be equal to it, but two back in defense for the side of Dive Esports. Irie gets past one, gets past the second as well. It's not on target, though. And Nairo will try and get this one past Destro, but he's... All right, sure. Nairo going to run forwards for this one. Irie looking to get this one into the middle as Engib takes over on that side wall. Prith to challenge, doesn't get there, and Engib gets past the second with a fantastic 50. Arely coming in from deep, going to look for the double touch. It will be Prith to answer, but right-hand corner, and the Englishman gives Irie Legacy the goal that gives them that first game in this best of 7. By the way, this is only game 1 in a full best of 7, Pegasus. How are we going to cope?
Righto, I'm full. We can chalk this up now. We've got a best of 7's worth all in one game, a 4-3 scoreline. And oh my goodness, what a step up from the Englishman. Prith, as already previously mentioned, he's in a sea of Swiss. He's showing up, and I wish that the English could have that kind of performance in the Euros as well. Prith really leading the way in a high offensive strategy, just getting those goals and even having that assist and the save to go alongside it. But Irie overall, they just look connected. There's something special about this team, and honestly, there's not much I can even take away from Dive Esports, which, if anything, makes that win even more impressive. But historically, these two have had close matchups. In fact, during league play, it did go all the way to 5. Of course, we do have those extra 2 games here in this best of 7. And Rhino, if it continues like this, we might be in for a long night.
We really might be in for a long night. We've seen a 6-game series. We've seen a 7-game series. And we look like we're on for another high-game series. Although I do want to make the point, you mentioned the England football team. I do reckon if Southgate had Prith up top instead of Harry Kane, England would be playing significantly better than they currently are.
Absolutely.
Because that hat-trick in that last game was absolutely stunning. But we are now into game number 2, only game number 2, and everything, it seems like, has already happened in this series. But Irie Legacy 1-0 up. They're going to look to take a second and get 1 foot in that kind of bracket final, semi-final, certainly, against mYinsanity.
And mYinsanity looking to be such a tough team to face. They are the 2nd seed heading into this, but Cloud Esport, our undefeated team, looks beatable in the other semi-finals. And if we continue to have these two teams perform at the level that they are so far, mYinsanity might have something to worry about, but that is still left to be decided. We've got plenty more games to go. 3 at an absolute minimum, but I've got a feeling we might go that bit further. Crossbar hits there from Dive Esports, and there was a second player as well looking to commit themselves in, but the Englishman again making that save and keeping Irie alive.
Yeah, he's fantastic at that, just being where he needs to be. And actually, Arely's going to have a chance here, and Jim coming off that side of the goal. What a fantastic save, flying across the face. And now there's a chance at the other end. Prith making the save It's a goalkeeping clinic from both sides right now, as Prith gonna look for more. Into the corner, has a teammate in the middle, will be a little bit too spicy to get to him, as Destro gonna try and pick up the pieces. Drops at the back post, Njib to clear that one away. Prith pre-jumped it, and that's gonna lead to problems. Airily up on the sidewall, Prith to redirect, gets it as well over the top of Turb! Prith, that's wonderful!
Oh my goodness! Quarterfinals! Survival on the line, but Irie Legacy have been that survival team! Backs against the wall, Prith will rise!
Certainly will. Turb looking for the shot. Destro will be there with the save, but there's a demo on the back lines. Nairo, that's not on target. What a demo from Airily onto Turb. That was going to be an equalizer. No questions asked until Airily got there and destroyed the attacker from dive to make sure that the scoreline remained at 1-0. And now Prith getting the pass up to Airily. Prith will have time here, you would think. Njib pre-jumps him and gets the dunk as well. Destro keeping the ball in their half. It will be Destro trying to find the pass into the middle as well. Turb will be there with the clearance away. Nairo versus Prith. Neither man really wins that 50. And that is going to benefit. It looks like dive. Turb back post. Saved by Destro. Oh my goodness. The defensive plays in game number 2 are absolutely astronomical to Pegasus.
It's insane. I mean, the first play, we saw a whiff, and then you just get that infield pass out of nowhere. 1 second, they look to just have everything frazzled. You think that they're feeling the pressure of this quarterfinals, and then they'll just pull off these masterful plays, which are then matched by equally impressive defenses. This match truly has everything, and it's only game 2. Another shot on. It's Prith again, and Njib again with the save as well. We're already seeing these recurring themes. We are seeing the, motifs of this series come together. It's constant attack here from dive. Constant shots coming out from both teams. And another Njib shot gets thrown in. I don't know why he wasn't credited with the save. That one does fall out wide. And, well, we had a high-scoring game number 1. This one, only 1 goal scored so far, and it hasn't come from a lack of attack.
No, it certainly hasn't. It's come from an excellent of defense. Turb looking for the reset, saved away by Destro, and it's Irie Legacy who are definitely on the back foot. But sometimes that's not necessarily a bad place to be in threes, because those counterattacks can be absolutely devastating, as Destro proves right there. It's caused the anti-caster curse. It doesn't happen very often, Pegasus, but today we've been blessed.
Oh, the Prophet calls it ahead of time, and I think that was a slight double commit there on the side of Dive Esport, really living up to their name. I think Njib, he's always been that player on the goal line, and for once, he abandoned his post, and I think he was just a bit too high for that one. 2-0 now for Irie Legacy, and for once, the goals feel like they're worth quite a lot in comparison to that first game, where you could concede 1 and then score 3 straight after. That's not the same here in game 2. Dive Esports really do have themselves an uphill battle.
Yeah, they do. Destro moving around the side. Nairo can't read it, and now he's going to keep moving forwards. Doesn't have boost, so goes 100 instead. And now it will be Airily to recover. Turb pushed up a little bit too far. Nairo can't read it either. 2v1 opportunity. Prith pushes his teammate out the way. Says, excuse me, this is my moment. And, yeah, whiffs it. So maybe next time don't take the ball off your teammate. But Nairo going to look for this one. Off the ceiling. Turb should have the goal. And Dive Esports are back within 1.
Well, I hate to look back at that play before from Irie Legacy. They had the opportunity to make it 3 there. They would have still had their clean sheet. But as soon as they got, dare I say, Rhino, a little bit greedy. That counter-attack came in again, and now Dive Esports have a reachable scoreline.
Oh, great work from Destro to keep that ball in Dive Esports half, because that's what Irie Legacy now wants to do. Just keep the ball over here. Don't let them cross that halfway line. Destro's going to continue that. Nairo will fly across and get the save. And Destro once again just keeping that ball in that corner, but Ariely's gone all the way back. Nairo might try and take him out. Ariely's jumped over him and will push it away. 10 seconds on the clock for Dive Esports to try and get this one back. Njib looking to do just that, but Prith reads him well. Nairo Back off the ceiling, it might be on target. Destro will send that one away, and that should be the end of game number 2. Indeed it is. This one a little bit more routine for the side of Irie Legacy, and they take a 2-0 lead in the series.
That's brutal for Dive Esport. Ryan, I've got a fun fact for you here.
Ooh.
One team had 6 shots in that game. The other team had 15. A large contrast to what we saw in that game 1. And the winner was in fact the team which was more prolific with the less chances. Irie Legacy taking it with a difference of 1 goal, which could have been 3 if they didn't make a hash of that one play. But those small mistakes can make the entire difference. But to match it, of those 15 shots, of course, 1 went in for Dive Esport. 11 of them got saved by Irie Legacy. And bear in mind that the Rocket League stats tracker doesn't account for double saves, so there very well could have been more. A defensive masterclass coming from Irie Legacy. They say that offense win games. But if Irie Legacy continue how they go on, that defense is going to win them a series. And who knows, Rhino, maybe a semi-final, maybe a championship.
Absolutely, indeed, that is the saying, and it will be interesting to see if that defense does hold strong for another game, because I feel like it was absolutely battered in game 2, and some of those same kinds of saves, some of those same plays that they're able to make might not fly for the entirety of the series. So we will see if that continues. Irie Legacy find themselves 2-0 up on the series, and they're looking for more, but they have proven that they are absolutely devastating on that counter-attack. That's the way that they're going to try and play this series. And right now, Sir Pegasus, it is working out for them.
Oh, absolutely. You don't see many teams adopt this super defensive playstyle that we saw Irie Legacy pull off in that previous game. But it just worked for them. They're so fast once they receive possession of that ball. We've seen all those passing plays come out, and they're just in the right place at the right time. That shot comes off, trying to sneak it past Njib. And it was one of the ways they actually conceded in that first game. And oh, no, no, no. It's an opening goal for Destro, but I don't think he'll feel like that was deserved for him. I think that all came off the back of Turb. An awkward hit coming off the crossbar. And Dive Esports, so hard working throughout this series. But that one goal could be the one to lose it. Quick off the kickoff, however, they might get it back. Prith does make that save, and I think they're just going to have to suffer from that loss.
Oh, what a pass. Destro looking for the bottom left corner. Nairo will be there. Prith tried to get the bump onto him, but was not to be denied with that save. Nairo, and now it will be Arely trying to beat Turb in the air, and does do so. Destro looking for the pre-jump, but will just slightly misread it, so Nairo should be able to take this one away. But Prith challenging early. That ball is a little bit awkward, really, because it's kind of just hanging in the air above the net, but it will be dealt with once again by the side of Dive Esports. Prith wins out. Njib can't get back in time. I feel like maybe he did have enough room there, Pegasus, and it was just a little bit of a misplay on the goal line, but Prith won't care. That's 2-0.
Yeah, it's a repeated problem here from Dive Esports, where they're just a couple unreal units too high. And you said that he had enough space to get to that ball. I completely agree, but he put himself in a much tougher position than he should be in. And talk about tough positions. Irie Legacy do make it free. And Dive Esport, this series, which was so close in the first 2 games, looks like it is running away from them. And it just feels like they're always a beat behind in the rotation.
Yeah, it does feel that way for sure. Certainly that one was a kickoff goal. Sometimes you just can't do anything about those. But I mean, yeah, it does feel like they are just that little bit less organized. Oh my goodness, Nairo, hello, what's happening here? And Njib just forces his way through, says, get on the weights, Irie Legacy. You guys need some strength, maybe some Weetabix. But Arely trying to clear that one away. It's a good finish from Njib, and they get a goal back.
And Nero, what a progression of play there, coming from the midfield. Not much boost in the tank either, but already when he was out of boost, he committed just for that final touch, and it was one that set up the shot. And when you're 3 goals behind, getting that first goal as quick as you can is so important. And yeah, a bit of a hash there. Again in the corner, there are these little moments of madness, but greatness to follow as Njib Does go for that side, all that ball, however, just goes across net. Not really dangerous at all for Irie Legacy, but Demos, though, coming out for Dive Esport, trying to eliminate some of those players that have caused them so much trouble. Priff's shot is blocked here by Nero before he could really gain any traction. Turb, 50-50, Engiv and Nero both behind. They're going to be careful with who commits here. There was potential there for a double, just like I saw at that near post. I predicted it. Just one play behind. They get away with it this time. They might even come out with a goal if they can force this one through. And well, that felt like it should have been, dare I say, a 70-30 in the favour of Irie Legacy. But they snuck it in.
Yeah. It's an own goal from Destro. What is he doing there?
Ouch.
Like, yeah. What is going on? That was a very bizarre play. Destro just coming across at that angle. You are always asking for trouble because you're heading back towards your own net. That ball could land anywhere. And yeah, I don't really know. There was Irie back to make the save, and Destro just decided no, but he's going to go down. He's going to atone for his mistakes. Destro says, I know I messed up. I'm sorry, teammates. Let me just get that goal back that I gave away real quick, and we can get back to playing some Rocket League. And he's done just that.
He also picked up 100 boost and only used 12 of it for that play. So confident into it. He just stole it from the rest of the team, said, I'm not even going to use it. In fact, I'm going to save it for the celebration afterwards. Cold coming from the Irie Legacy player as they do double their lead. But, well, you said this series had a bit of everything. I think we got those little steps that we were missing. Just complete and utter chaos.
Yeah, every single thing that you could possibly imagine in a Rocket League game to happen, I believe has now happened in this series. Although I don't believe I've seen a musty flick yet, so I'm waiting on that one. But hey, maybe I'm asking too much. But Frith, over onto this far side, 4-2 up with 1:40 on the clock. They are probably feeling pretty good about this game right now, Irie Legacy, and also good about... Hang on. A minute. You just got to stop talking at times like that because, you know, you don't want to fully commit to the caster curse. But, you know, they are going to be thinking that they're pretty good for going 3-0 up in this series. Prith, no, don't do this to me, Irie. Making the save there as, I mean, Dive, they have been very aggressive. They have been trying to get those shots. They have been playing very offensively. Irie might look for the goal here. It's going to be pushed away by Turb. But at the end of the day, Sir Pegasus, offensive plays mean nothing if you don't get the ball over the line, and that is something that Dive Esports have really had a problem with this game.
They've been scoring the goals is one problem that I've definitely had here, Rhino. 2 goals should be enough to win a game, but then equally they're conceding 4, and there's so many times where the ball is going to their half where I'm left biting my nails when you're talking, Rhino. They put themselves in these positions where double commits look almost probable. They're just not in the right position. They're covering these same areas, but then in offense they are beautiful. What a play again coming from Dive Esports. It was Engie Venero, perfect communication. Priff, who's been almost perfect throughout this series, had to get wiped off the pitch, and they get themselves 3 goals, which again isn't enough, and that's as a result of what's been, I'm sorry, just sloppy defense.
It has, you can't deny that, but I mean, if you look at sloppy defense as a complete contrast to game 2, you're actually looking at both teams at the same time, right? Because Destro's given them one of those goals that they've scored. So yeah, it's very awkward considering we saw a defensive masterclass in game 2, and now we're looking at a potential defensive disaster class in game number 3. However, this ball should drop relatively soon. It is deep in the Dive territory, and there it is. Irie Legacy have 4, count them, 4 semi-final points to beat Dive and Sir Pegasus. It would take an absolutely massive momentum shift for Dive Esports to come back in this series.
I just think it's crazy that Irie Legacy are even in this position where they could be potentially getting a sweep. All these games have been within 1 or 2 goals, I do believe, looking back. And when you were watching them, these did feel close. I think that second game in that last minute did run away from Dive Esports. And in this third one, I think it could have been in their hands. I think this is going to be the one, should they continue, that they're going to be gutted with. They have full grounds to win this game. It was just these 1-2 plays which they allowed to be scored against them, and Destro, he got himself a hat trick, and I think he's lucky to have that on his stats because quite a lot of that came from just Dive Esports throwing it straight to him. I think of that crossbar play, unfortunately. Sorry for the player that I've just highlighted there.
Yeah, totally. And sometimes this is how it is, right? You know, at this level of Rocket League, like, it is mistakes that kind of often do win games when you capitalize on them. So we do have to call it out, absolutely. Now, something else that we do have to call out is the fact that Dive Esports, mercifully, have taken a timeout. So they are going to ice out Irie Legacy. They're going to try and stop that momentum. They're going to try and get them to calm down and almost restart this series as if those first 3 games didn't happen. Now, that's almost a silly thing to say because, of course, they did happen. But you can now talk things through, get that communication back on track, and you can stop being so jittery. And I think this is a really good decision from Dive Esports.
Do you think this is just an opportunity to sit down, enjoy the break, relax, and get prepared to play some Rocket League? Or do you think there's going to be active conversations between these players? Do you think this is more a tactical timeout or, you know, just a bit of a rest before getting back into this quarterfinal?
I think there's a school of thought with both. I think if it was my personal team, I think I would realize that we are mainly losing due to personal mistakes, not necessarily communication, not necessarily that kind of way of playing. So I would just take it as a rest, and I would kind of just be like, let's just not really talk about Rocket League for a moment. Let's just reset our mentals and go again with a fresh mindset. But I could totally see if they went a different way and talked tactically as well. And we will see what the results of that timeout were in this game number 4. Irie Legacy need 1 more of the next 4 games, and they will go on to face mYinsanity in that semi-final. Dive need to be perfect from here on in to make that same point. So Pegasus, it's going to be very, very tight.
Oh, certainly. And if Dive Esports can springboard off what was actually recent successes in that last game, especially in offense, we definitely could be in for a longer series here. And Irie Legacy having to get that 4th one in. They do always say that final one is the hardest to game, but players like Chris really have been stepping up throughout the series so far, and I really don't see them slowing down. It's going to be Dive Esports who have to change the direction of this series. Irie Legacy, they're on a roll, and I don't see that stopping without it being forced.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's one of those things that Dive Esports, they need to realize that there's no pressure on them at the moment to score a goal. There might be now. Arily, oh my goodness, what a save coming in from Nairo. But, you know, okay, Destro has scored, which makes the point that I was about to make completely irrelevant. And because I hadn't said it, it doesn't quite count as cast a curse. It doesn't count, all right? I had it in my mind, but I hadn't said it. So that's fine, right?
Telekinetic caster curse, Runner, you are just so powerful. Now I'll let you off the hook for this one, but
okay.
Unfortunately, patterns following here in game 4 is Irie Legacy. Again, gifted a goal, and Destro, fair play to him. He's that fox in the box. He's in the perfect position every single time these mistakes do come out. He was able to get a hat trick in the last game, partly due to those reasons, and might be able to do it again. Ball back into the box. Nero wanted to get that equalizer. No one could get themselves on the end of it, and it's just that ball in no man's land there where no player was in a perfect position to clear that one forward, so it just had to go out wide. I'm looking over at my caster screen, and Rhino is just head in hands. There's frustration. Put it into words for me.
I'm not sure I can. That would be fitting for stream. I think that's the concerning point every single time. You know what it is, right? We've talked a lot about the England football team on this stream, and I'm gonna do it again. It's that final touch. It's that final pass that just isn't there. It is like watching England if they were in Rocket League. Arily might get a chance. It'll be Jestro to finish it off. He scores the goal. But watching Dive Esports is so much like watching England play because their build-up is exceptional. They get through the thirds. They get into that aggressive play. They get to the offense. And then when it comes to scoring a goal, they just can't find the target. They can't find the shot. They can't find the killer pass. And it is just that kind of like, oh man, you're so close. You're so close to greatness. And just can't be found. And Irie Legacy 2-0 up. They are definitely going to be feeling like they are in the driver's seat for this game number 4 and indeed this series. It's going to take a lot of effort for Dive Esports to turn this one around and get back into it.
I can tell you now, there's a certain Irishman who, if he were casting this series, would certainly have some words to say about this Dive Esports performance here in Game 4. But luckily, I think they got the kind uncles for this match here, as Irie Legacy do keep that fight going in a game which does end up going to 3-0. Aroli getting that shot in. It does come off that back wall, and I mean, it's called boys versus men, these kind of matchups now, where it just feels like Irie Legacy, they're passing it around the Dive Esports players. They weren't able to get a touch in their own half there, and the series, which looked so close, especially in those opening few games, has just gone more and more into that Irie Legacy favour. And Dive Esports, I think in a way they're going to feel cheated to lose this in the form of a sweep, but
yeah,
that's just what happens when you can't take your chances, and most importantly, when you're just making those one-off mistakes again and again and again, to the point where they're not one-off mistakes anymore. They're 3-4 times a game, and when you've got a team like Irie Legacy of such a high caliber, they will take advantage. But NGib, hold on a minute. I've seen miracles before. I've seen it happen. I've seen these comebacks be pulled off. So you know what? I'll sit back in my chair. We've got 75 seconds remaining. 2 goals required for Dive Esport.
2 goals in 1 minute 15 seconds is not impossible. NGib is going to look for it. Looking for that bottom right corner. Good save from Destro, but there's no one to keep the pressure on. Once again, NGib takes that shot, but Nairo has gone into the goal to try and get a bump on one of the goalkeepers. By the way, there was all 3 of Irie Legacy back, so that play is almost irrelevant, because if you take one out, there are still 2 people there who can make that save. So it's so much better to be sat back, but Prith going to make that save. Nairo going to try and come around the side. Gets a good 50. NGib won't read it. Nairo will bring this one away, and you would imagine that Irie Legacy will just try and sit back. They'll play that defensive way and just try and see this game out. Looking for a teammate. Nairo will pick this up at the back post. Pass into turn. There's a chance! There's a chance! Dive Esports find the second in the game. They are back within 1, and they've got 30 seconds to find it.
All-out attack there from Dive Esports, but they cannot stop yet. 28 seconds. Hold on, straight off the kickoff. We've seen a kickoff goal already in this series. It's gone in the favour of Dive Esports. We've seen a demo come out on a rally as well. Prith at our front post. NGib is there. Prith has turned around at that near post, but ball back in field. Nero unable to commit. Looking up and down at the ball, at the clock. It's ticking down to 10. Yellow text on the screen. That pressure is rising. Irie Legacy have the semi-finals in their hands. Dive Esports just have to fight to keep on going, but Prith's ball off the corner will end this one in a sweep.
That is one of the unsweepiest sweeps you'll ever experience in Rocket League, because each of those games was 1-goal games. I'm pretty sure every single one of them was a 1-goal game, including an overtime. And as has been mentioned, the number 6 seed coming into this postseason, which is Irie Legacy, just beat that number 3 seed of Dive Esports. And they, as I say, they did it in a sweep. But Pegasus, it's difficult to feel any other way than they were given a lot of opportunities to take a lot of the momentum.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can't falter their play. I mean, they were excellent even when Dive Esports were playing well, but would I say it was the performance that on a day where Dive Esports were performing better, that it would have been a sweep? I don't think that would have been the case. I do think that definitely 1 or 2 games could have gone the distance, could have gone into OT, definitely been dragged out a little bit, but overall there was just one team who was prepared on the day, was ready for the quarterfinals, and it was that team that knew how to fight for survival. Irie Legacy, what a performance. And well, we saw a shock match happen in the other semi-final semi-final where Cloud Esports were taken all the way to 7. That unbeatable team looked beatable by a team that didn't auto-qualify into that semi-final. So mYinsanity, a team which has lost before, albeit to that Cloud Esports roster, could they struggle against Irie Legacy? They play at that full potential. If we see the likes of Frith play at his full potential as well, I mean, it's low-hanging fruit, of course, and we do, and well, I certainly have that slight bias as an Englishman, but the talent was just unmissable in that series. Even when Dive Esports were throwing everything at them, and there were no mistakes to capitalize off of, he was still finding a way through.
Yeah, he was. And I'm actually going to give you 2 reasons why I firmly believe that Irie Legacy could cause an upset against mYinsanity. The first one is their counter-attacking style of play. mYinsanity are going to be expecting to have the ball. They're going to pressure in that half. If they can turn the possession, if they can get those swift counterattacks that we know Prith loves, then they definitely have a chance of at least scoring some goals, if not getting, the quality up the field and at least causing them some problems. The second one is the ice. And we talk a lot about teammates having ice and having that ability to ice out games. They showed that each of those games was a 1-goal game. And a lot of that is because Irie Legacy, they just had the ability to slow the play down, gain possession, and know what needed to be done in order to get to that 0 seconds, or in the overtimes, example, able to get that goal. They've showed multiple times across that series that they can just slow things down to their pace and make it difficult for a team. So mYinsanity are absolutely no way, shape, or form going to have an easy ride against this team. And Pegasus, I have to say, I'm not even sure it would be a massive shock if they were to go on to beat them. Now, it obviously would be a shock. I just think the use of the word massive in front of that is key. and I don't think it would be as big an upset as maybe people are expecting it to be.
Those who know the eye test, who watched the quarterfinals, weren't just looking at the stats, we're not just looking at how league play went. And you know what, for the statisticians out there, I'll give you one stat that makes me think they have a decent chance against mYinsanity. 11 saves in one game, the game of which they won. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that at this kind of level. And they pulled it off beautifully, and they weren't easy shots that were being thrown at them. So many times I was already ready to call the goal, Rhino. I was preparing myself to cheer for a Dive Esports goal. And out of nowhere, we were just seeing these masterful saves, and I keep on saying that word. It's been the big M word of the series, masterful, but that is what we have seen there from Irie Legacy, and I hope that it can continue. It was only a 4-game series in a best of 7, so hopefully they've saved some of that energy for the semi-finals.
And you mentioned it there, Sir Pegasus. We are going to shut down this quarterfinal, and just on the other side of this break, the biggest game of tonight so far, it will be mYinsanity versus Irie Legacy for the chance to take on Cloud Esports for the Awaken League Championship. Your casters on the other side of this will be Trox and Nukes. It's been a pleasure bringing this game to you, and we will see you very soon. Take care.
Welcome back to the Awaken League. I am here once again after a couple of weeks. Sorry for my inconsistency here, but I'm back again with my favorite duo to cast at the moment. Trox, my boy, how are you doing?
Well, I'm fine, Nukes, thank you very much. It is a hot evening, and
it is.
The matches so far have indeed also been hot. We've seen VisionGaming claw their way up to the semifinals, where they're just barely lost against the crown favorite, basically, in Cloud Esports.
Yeah. Also, last game we just saw maybe an upset, I would say, because I did not expect this. A 4-0 sweep from Irie Legacy against Dive Esports. Even though on paper it looks like a 4-0 sweep, I have to say the matches themselves were very, very intense. So congratulations to both teams. But that does mean that today it's going to be mYinsanity against Irie Legacy. Trucks, what do you think about these teams?
Well, looking back almost 3 months from today, we had the very first match of the Awaken League in week 1, and guess what that matchup was? It was mYinsanity against Irie Legacy. And well, Irie Legacy lost that first match in a bit of a brutal fashion, I have to say, with 3-0 against mYinsanity. We saw the players of mYinsanity just basically sweep their way through that match, but I mean, we've seen it with Cloud Esports in the second game. VisionGaming came into that match after having played one series already, and they brought Cloud to the brink of defeat, like I said before. And maybe that's some kind of competitive advantage they have right now coming in, because they're warmed up against. Obviously, I think mYinsanity had their ranked match, but like a league game is different than ranked warriors.
That is true, that is true. And also with the 4-0 sweep, you know, that's some extra confidence that you get as a team. You know, you now are in the playoffs, you already beat the first team 4-0. Now it's just keep that momentum going, you know. mYinsanity first have to, you know, get into the mindset again of actually getting into a playoff match now. So it's going to be a difficult game for both, but it's going to be very intense. So I'm very excited to see the semifinals here. Semifinals number 2. Of the Awaken League, mYinsanity versus Irie Legacy.
Yeah, and off we go to the first game here in this second semi-finals of the Awaken League. We see now Irie Legacy with the first attempt to create a chance. Destro putting it high where Aroli is waiting. Doesn't hit the ball really good, but Destro is quick there for a rebound. Another rebound to Aroli. Gets denied there by the blue defense.
Destro up again, going up for the flip reset, goes low against Mark, but Mark takes his time here. A lot of pressure coming out from the Irie Legacy side, but Kiva can finally break away, gets a pass into the middle as well, but Destro is there. Gets the first touch, but has 0 boost, he cannot follow it up quite as he wants it. Mark goes up onto the ceiling, it could be dangerous off the backboard. Nobody's there to defend, the Keeper goes for the shot, and what a save from Destro, but it's still hot. Mark's going up again, Destro again with another save, with almost 0 boost, saved first minute.
Destro being a defensive beast today. He already had insane saves against Dive Esports in the match before. Now Irie Legacy trying to break away, gets the ball deep into the blue defense. Mark is there, takes it to the right wall. Almost gets a pinch there. Now has little boost left. Good clear there. Briff now doesn't manage to do anything with the ball though. Roll with a shot, easily defended by Milox.
Destro keeping up the pressure here. Nice 50-50 from Briff. This could get dangerous. No! Kira can flip it away, and Milox is now once again trying to build up an attack here. Has 0 boost, but gets a great 50-50. Mark can follow it up off the backboard, but a very important demo there from Pip onto Kiva. Milox plays it high, does not have the boost to follow it up, but Destro cleared away. Kiva off the corner, Priv is there. This is still dangerous, but Destro can get a touch off to the side for Priv. Nice clear away once again. Milox is ready for that one, gets the cycle as well. A pass to Kiva. Can something happen from here on out? Ooh, they're leaving a lot of space here for mYinsanity. This is not what you like to see for Irie Legacy here. They need to speed up and close these gaps, because with enough space they could get very dangerous, like right here. But Kiva cannot get it on target.
Full ball control now from mYinsanity. Demo from Kiva on the goalie there. Doesn't create any chance. Clear away from Destro to the right corner of the mYinsanity defense. Now Briff misses the ball. Creates a chance there for Kiva to create something. A really good defense there. Briff struggling with boost. Luckily, the blue attacker does not know that.
2 minutes left on the clock. It's been kind of even, but mYinsanity has been going for some relentless attack in the last minute, and finally paid off here. Kiva able to get a great 50-50 here with Priv, and Mark going for the quick shot to put them up 1-0 in this game.
Bit of a miscommunication, I think. There Aroli had a half boost. Would have been able to save the ball, but trusted his teammate a bit too much, like we all used to do. But now Milox wins the ball, loses again there. Ball doesn't go in. Mark gets challenged by Priv. Rolly is up. Does he pass? He passes, but it's not a good pass. Now Kira does the same to Mark. Mark redirects it onto target. But luckily Destro again in defense.
Done there. Priv going up again. Gets bumped away though. Destro goes for a good 50-50. A nice demo once again. But Kiever reads that pass well. A nice interception once again from Priv. Rolly going off the court. Is that an own goal from Mark? Oh my god, out of nowhere, Rolly goes for the clear way off the corner, trying to get a pass into the middle. And Marcus said, I'll take that one, thank you very much, and puts it into his own net.
Such an unlucky bounce for Mark off the wall onto his car, into the net. The equalizer from Aroli basically, with 1 minute 23 seconds left to play. The game is wide open again. Now Milos gets challenged and loses the ball. Aroli with a demo. Priv in the air. Does he get the second touch? Gets the second touch, gets a flip reset of it. Doesn't have any boost left. Now Destro tries to do the same, gets another hit, hits the post.
It's getting very close. Irie Legacy are progressively getting closer to net, but nothing going in so far. Ooh, a nice fake here from Priv, but no, Destro cannot get it on target. Now it could be a chance. Destro with a quick interception. Tries to go for the second one as well, but cannot get to it. A really nice touch into the corner, cannot follow it up. Mark goes off the ceiling, does not get the first touch. Milox was ready for that one. Nicely done from him, but Destro keeping up the attack. It goes off the backboard. Milox
misses.
Oh, this could be it. The Priv extends the lead to 2-1 here for Irie Legacy.
And that's a rare defense. Oh no, actually Milox hits the ball, it just barely hits the wrong angle there. Passing it to Priv, and Priv says thank you and puts Irie Legacy into the lead here in game number 1 against mYinsanity. Now good demo from Priv as Destro goes off the ball. Struggles with boost though. Mark, good interception there. Priv, that could be dangerous. Milox misses it again!
What is happening for mYinsanity? Not as warm as we expected them. Priv going in for a very, very quick interception. Milox unfortunately missing the ball here, and Destro has an open net to put them up 3-1.
Indeed, 3-1 lead for Irie Legacy here against mYinsanity. Not the result we were expecting, but as I said before, Irie Legacy are coming off another match in Awaken League, so they have maybe some mental edge here. But, well, Kiever now trying to add another one, at least put mYinsanity back on the scoreboard here. They have 1 second to score another goal. It's possible, obviously, but it's looking grim.
It is looking very grim so far, but it is a good rebuttal for the momentum, you know, to get the last goal in at least, because that could get you momentum for the next game. But this could be dangerous once again. The ball is still up with 0 seconds. Ooh, Milox now can beat the ball, gets it over 1. Kiever is up, has 100 boost, goes off the backboard, but a very nice drop there from Aroli to give them the first win of this series. Trucks, not expected, I have to say. Irie Legacy is playing very well right now.
Indeed, Irie Legacy having struggled a bit in the first 3 or 3.5 minutes, and then coming back in full swing, going into the lead with 3-1, and then conceding the last goal with the second left on the timer. Obviously, you take that, it's a win anyways, although they cut it close in the end. But yeah, I mean, Destro especially, looking at the scoreboard, is on top there with 3 saves, a goal and an assist, basically doing all the work for his team. I mean, obviously it's a team game, but he was the one having a lot of impact.
Yeah, definitely was. And the game, it also progressed nicely, I would say, because at the very beginning, Irie Legacy was really putting on the pressure. Then mYinsanity did a whole switch up, and it switched to mYinsanity going in for a very pressure-heavy play. And then Irie Legacy took it right back and tried to get their momentum back, and they did. And it worked out at the end to get the 1-0 here. And they're currently standing 5-0 tonight, which is crazy. 5 games, which they have won back-to-back. So I'm excited to see more here.
Indeed, we're heading into game number 2. Irie Legacy come off a decisive win here, getting the mental edge as well, even though mYinsanity scored the last goal in the last game, but we'll see what happens now as Destro shoots the first goal onto the net, but goes wide above. Now Mark struggling there to do anything. Rolly gets another ball contestation. Leaves it for Destro. Mark on the backboard. Can he do it? Loses the ball. Luckily mYlox is there to get rid of that small mistake.
Oh, nice air carry there once again. Kira gets a pass into the middle from Mark. Mark gets it onto the backboard, but now, oh, a pinch! The power was not quite there, but I enjoyed that they believed in it, and unfortunately it didn't quite work out, but still, they are on the attack. It goes off the backboard. Mark gets to it first, and now it's a very dangerous position, but mYlox plays it way too far, cannot do anything with it. Mark gets a little bit of a pinch off the corner, gets the bump as well. Now Kira can take over, gets it off the backboard, and it's right off the crossbar, and Destro takes it over.
Indeed, Irie Legacy with a bit of luck there with their fourth man, the crossbar being there for them. No, Mark has no boost. Riff saves it away to the side where Kira is waiting, gets his second touch. Ooh, mYlox almost there with the rebound off the roof of Destro. Can Irie Legacy do it? They're struggling a bit now. Maybe the adrenaline is hitting them as they have won the game. Destro misses the ball off the ceiling with no boost.
Another build-up play from mYinsanity here. A nice flick and demo from mYlox. Gets another pass into the middle as well, but Destro once again ready. Gets... Oh, does not get to 50-50 here, but Rolly gets a good touch. Destro can take that one over. But mYlox with a quick interception once again. Destro could go for the ball, but Kira is faster. They have to be there. Ooh, this is dangerous now. It's a 2v1 situation, but mYlox has 100 boost to save that one away. Once again, ooh, a nice control, a flick over as well, but Rolly is ready to put it back onto the sidewall. But Mark plays it in again, but nothing getting close enough for Irie Legacy to make it dangerous.
Kira in the air with zero boost again. mYlox wins the ball, puts it up the backboard of Irie Legacy. That was Mark trying to score, but again, very little boost in the offense there for mYinsanity, even though they managed to control the boost in the first game very well. Doesn't work out for them right now. It's half the game played. We are still at 0-0, just like last game. Now what's gonna happen? Riff.
Dangerous again. No. Dark there once again. Does not get followed. Now Kira gets it a shot on target. Ooh, almost a miscommunication there, but Destro gets to it. mYlox, a quick one into the middle once again, but nothing to be worried about. Priff gets it into the middle. But Destro up with 0 boost. Now it's dangerous. Rolly last one up with 100 boost. Gets to 50-50 with Kira. But mYlox there once again to put up pressure. Destro last one back. Now it could be dangerous. Marks takes over. Oh, such a close shot, but it's a little bit too far off the post. Oh, Jesus Christ.
What a save there by Priff. Just gets the touch in the last second, preventing the lead there for mYinsanity. But if you're mYinsanity, that has to sting a little. You're throwing everything right now at the goal, but nothing is sticking there. Saying that, Mark tries to pass in the middle. Ooh, missed touch there by Destro.
Jesus Christ.
But he redeems it. Oh. And it's a shot on net. But Kira is there. Now another attempt there by mYinsanity, broken apart. Kiever tries to pass it to mYlox, but mYlox was already on the back rotation there. Very weird game for mYinsanity, as usually they score up to 3 goals per game. I mean...
Yeah, it's funny to see because these are like very counter-active playstyles that these guys have. Ooh, Kiever going for a shot again, but finally for mYinsanity getting the lead in this game once again. What I was about to say though, because both teams are playing well against each other, because mYinsanity is a very possession-heavy team, I would say, where they play it slow, get control, and try to get a passing play going, while Irie Legacy is a very counter-attack heavy team. So at this point, mYinsanity is kind of trying to find something, and Irie Legacy is just waiting for a mistake, you know, so both teams are playing at a slower pace, I would say, but saying that, mYinsanity extending the lead once again. A rollie with a little bit of a mistouch right to keeper. A great pass into the middle for mYlox and an open net for mYinsanity.
Indeed, our stats guy is giving us some information that the 9 minutes that mYinsanity did not manage to score was the longest scoring drought of them all season. So it's very weird for them to, not score anything. But saying that, they come back heavily with 2 goals in a few minutes. And I think game number 2 this time is going to mYinsanity.
Yeah, definitely is. 5 seconds left, not much to do for Irie Legacy here. They did have a good first game, but this one is not as convincing. The mistakes have been a little bit more major. A lot of open net opportunities were not taken, and also the defense. Although they couldn't break out of the defense. They were constantly in defense in this game.
Yeah, and you could just see in the end the defense was struggling to keep up with the pressure that mYinsanity was putting out, and in the end they crumbled under the pressure, and mYinsanity scored 2 goals. So we'll see what mYinsanity is coming up with in the next game, as we're heading into game number 3. Sorry, we're a bit in a rush. I've just heard because one of the players has to catch a flight soon. So we're trying to speed it up a bit. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Heading into game number 3, kickoff goes the way of mYinsanity. Priv is in control of the ball right now. Tries to pass it, but a rollie misses it, and the rollie was not ready for that miss, giving mYlox the open net.
I mean, Jesus. Priv with the almost tactical fake. Destra flying past as well. And mYlox just going for the simplest of touches to get an open net here. A good start for mYinsanity, not so good for Irie Legacy. 8 seconds into the game, it's already 1-0. But let's see if Irie Legacy can say something against this rollie with a nice pass into the middle. Nobody's there. Another, almost open net. A nice pass into the middle. Could this be the 3-0?
Yeah, it could.
Oh, it is.
Well, talk about explosive reaction after that goal drought for mYinsanity. 4 goals, back to back now. 2 in this second game, and well, Irie is struggling in defense right now. What can they cook up now?
I mean, I have to say from last game, I think they are kind of hitting a point where they can't defend as much anymore. Because in the last series already they had an incredible amount of saves, and this time they also did kind of get to it, because mYinsanity is just keeping up the pressure here, but still, Destra could maybe play it out here. Gets 50 away by Mark. Nice flip over one again. Takes his time, gets it into the corner. It's double commit. It could be an open net again, but Priv now. The 0 boost cleared it away. mYlox is up onto the sidewall, gets the double touch into the middle, but Destro plays it high again. Oh, it's a nice demo from Priv again, but Kiever is ready for that one. Plays it right to Mark. Aroli keeping up the pressure once again, plays it onto the backboard. Maybe a 50% off the ceiling. He does not pass into the middle, but nothing coming out of this one.
Yeah, now Aroli challenging that attempt by Kiever. Priv doesn't manage to get a good hit. Now mYlox struggling with boost, passes it in the middle. Kiever just a tad too far forward. Gets challenged by Priv. Mark in control of the ball now, takes it to the side, gets past one. Almost bumps the orange defender there, but loses control of the ball in the process.
That's 50-50 from Priv there. Oh, gets a clear away as well. This could be an open net for Irie Legacy if they take it. Where was mYinsanity's defense? They just slept for a quick second, letting Priv... Oh, gets beaten away from Priv there, from mYlox, and that's with a nice open net to get a goal back in this series. 3 minutes left on the clock. Let's see what will happen. Nice kickoff, a demo as well. Another 50-50 coming out. But it goes on to... Oh, what a speed from Priv! No idea! I had no idea that he was gonna get to that one, but nicely that. And he ties up the game once again.
Yeah, good kickoff rotation there by Irie Legacy. Priv moving to the side after the kickoff. Rolly and Destro tried to pinch the ball, and luckily for Priv, it went right to him. He had full boost, and he could just put that ball into the net because the defense of mYinsanity was caught out there. Milox on the corner. Good ball control. Can he get another touch? He can't. Mark was demoed as well. Priv now controlling. Destro. It's too stressful there. Destro again gets intercepted by Kiever, and the roll is caught up, but manages to recover. But he had to recover twice there. He just managed to do it once, and that's the lead again for mYinsanity.
Yeah, not a good touch from Maroli there. He should have just caught it or played it at least into the corner, but playing it right back into the middle is a fatal mistake against mYinsanity as they bring back the lead for their team. But another nice kickoff coming out again, and the Destro going in for the fake as well and tying up the game again. What are these kickoff tactics? I mean, Jesus, Irie Legacy is really putting on the pressure here.
Yeah, I mean, it works out for Irie Legacy. Obviously, kickoff goals aren't the best, but I mean, if it works, it works. It's a goal, am I right? But yeah, Irie Legacy managed to equalize the game again. Now Destro in the corner trying to put in middle. Almost another goal there. What is happening right now with the mYinsanity defense? As Milox is getting the ball, passes the Priv, but misjudged that. Now Rolly. Kiever getting caught backwards there, but managed to recover, gets challenged instantly by Rolly. Good pressure now from Irie Legacy here. Not backing away from a fight against mYinsanity. Saying that, Destro questionable. But yeah, Milox, no boost left, passes it to a Rolly, but Mark managed to recover to defense in time.
So 3-3 with a minute and 45 seconds. Irie Legacy keeping up the pressure here, but finally Mark was able to break away. Not the best of finishes here. A 0 boost defense coming out here. Oh, it's an open net almost, but the early had 0 boost. He could not follow that one up. So unlucky there, but he still tries to go for a touch here. Quick is now up. Has some boost, gets 50 into the middle, but Mark was there to follow that one up. Maybe gets a double touch as well. Nicely done from Maroli, but now Milox and Kiever are both up. Could be dangerous, but Destro puts it onto the left wall, tries to follow it up himself. Pass into the middle, nice 50-50 with Maroli. Now Kiever and Milox up again, 1 minute left on the clock. Rift takes it slow. Has some space, this could be dangerous, but gets beaten away by Mark here.
Yes, Milox wins the challenge, but Destro is there in time. Put it high, fake there by the other Irie Legacy member. Good demo by Destro, but Priv manages to miss the bit difficult shot there, I have to say, in his defense. Destro takes it slow to the corner where Priv is waiting. Again, a miss from the mYinsanity player there. That's strange that mYinsanity is struggling to... well, saying that, Irie Legacy is doing the same now, just missing some balls. And, well, if you miss the balls, you get an open net. And Milox is just saying thank you.
Yeah, that was really not what was needed here. Because Irie Legacy had quite a few chances in the last few minutes because mYinsanity were making some fatal mistakes, but they weren't able to capitalize on those mistakes. And mYinsanity now, with 10 seconds left, already took back the lead here. Aroli cannot get a shot on target here, 5 seconds left, and it's going to be difficult for Irie Legacy here.
Indeed, the clock is ticking down, the ball is being missed again, and mYinsanity wins game number 3, getting them into the lead in the series with 2-1. Interesting game to say the least. I mean, the start was looking like mYinsanity was done playing games and just wanted to win, and then Irie Legacy managed to come back twice, equalizing to 2-2 and 3-2, and then, well, one unlucky mistake there in the last 15 seconds, and mYinsanity was able to secure the game number 3 here.
Yeah, 2-1 now for mYinsanity. First time that Irie Legacy is on the back foot today, so excited to see what they will do in this position here. Ooh, Destro is in a very awkward position, and instead of clearing away, tries to get some type of 50-50 going. It was just not a good 50 on the kickoff there, and not the best of bounces either, and an easy shot for Mark.
Yeah, difficult position there for Destro. He was rotating back into net. He had a little boost left, and the ball was bouncing awkwardly as well. So he did the best he could do, but well, it wasn't good enough. But yeah, 1-0 again, very early in the game for mYinsanity. Now Kiever passes it into the middle. What a pass and what a goal there by Mark and Kiever.
That is the cold and clinical execution that we know from mYinsanity. A great pass, pixel perfect touch from Kiever to Mark, and a nice bottom right shot to seal the deal here with only 18 seconds into the game. Already 2-0 up. That is the mYinsanity that we know and love. But can Mark make it 3 quickly? He cannot, because Irie is there already. Trying to get a build-up play himself going. Gets the 50-50 into the middle. Priv is up, gets the first touch, gets the second touch as well. A nice demo away, but Milox gets to that ball, gets it cleared away. Priv keeping up the pressure again, but Destro cannot get to it. Oroli into the corner once again. But Kiever takes time here. Not waste his boost, leaves it for Mark. Ooh, Milox with the last second save here. Mark was in an awkward position, gets the reset. Oh, he does not use it though. And now Destro again puts it into the middle. Oh, this is dangerous. It's an open net. Can Priv make it? No, he misses. Another flick over one, but no. Another nice save from Milox.
It's not over yet.
Ooh.
No, Destro puts it high. Priv is there. Can he manage another touch? Did he just outplay his teammate? He did. Maybe one touch too many there as Kiever puts it in the middle where Mark is trying to intercept. Destro there. Luckily, no, unluckily. Well, Mark, you did God's work there, just disrupting Destro there, which in turn fails to recover. And well, Kiever was far forward, but it works out for him. And this time, mYinsanity stay 3-0. We want that.
Yeah, 3-0 is what we know from them. 3 minutes and 30 seconds still left on the clock though, because Irie Legacy does have more than enough time to come back, and they have shown before that they have the capabilities to do so. But Kiever says no to that one. A nice save once again to play it onto the sidewalk. Carries it over one. Does not get the 50 into the middle though. Priv bumps away Mark. A nice pass from Destro to Priv. It's a shot, but it's onto the post. Almost gets the rebound, but Mark reads it as well. And Irie Legacy cannot score that one.
Heartbreak situations here for Irie Legacy. That's the second time they almost score, and it's another shot attempt, but this time it's just too weak, too inaccurate. And Mark is clearing the ball away, leaving Destro in a bit of a situation there. Managed to lose the ball, wins it back though. Now Milox puts it to their side, where Kiever is waiting. Kiever off the ceiling, but gets challenged by Irie Legacy.
Down from Mark. Ooh, it's a bit dangerous, but still gets to it. Destro does get it onto the back, but cannot double touch it. Nicely done there from Milox. Oroli does not miss the ball there, but a nice pass from Kiever once again. I have to say, Kiever's playmaking today has been absolutely phenomenal so far. And almost working out again there for Irie Legacy, but mYinsanity's defense holding up too strong, and out of nowhere the quick infield pass to shot 1-2, and it's another goal for mYinsanity.
Yeah, I mean, the scoreline says that mYinsanity is absolutely dominating, but Irie Legacy is fighting, but it's just those small little mistakes that are costing them this game right now. And I mean, yeah, 3 minutes played, 4-0, another attempt there on the net by Priv, but it's just too little, too weak from him at the moment. Kiever off the side wins another duel there. Priv gets challenged, but luckily managed to control the situation here. Tries to pass it, but instantly gets intercepted there by mYinsanity.
What a nice clear away from Kiever there, not letting Irie Legacy out their own half. Ooh, that would have been extremely dangerous, but somehow still threat the needle here. Oh, what a fake from the mYinsanity player there, but unfortunately now Oroli does not get the best of flicks, but does get a good 50-50. Destro went for the bump. Nobody's up. Priv could go for the shot here, but Kiever takes it slow. Has 100 boost, gets it over 1. Does not get it over 2. Destroys up again, but no shot coming out. Oh, it's a pull shot on Milox. Almost gets into the corner, but no. Kiever can clear that one away. Goes for it himself. A pre-flip with 0 boost, but still not on target.
Dangerous situation here in the Irie Legacy half. Does Milox rotate in the middle? No, he doesn't cut rotation there. Now Kiever and Milox going for the same ball. Pass to Mark, but it's a bit inaccurate there. Kiever now again to Milox. Milox to the side, doesn't have boost left. Now Destro, interception there by Mark again. Priv being caught out a bit there. But Rolly managed to take back control of the ball, puts it in the middle where Destro is waiting, and double miss there in defense. Luckily, nothing happens.
Kiever with a nice clear away to Mark. Mark going with another back pass to Kiever. Destro perfect positioning, but Mark can keep up the pressure. Nobody middle. Oh, actually there is! I thought they were able to clear that one away. But unfortunately, Irie Legacy conceding another one here, putting them back 5-0 against mYinsanity.
Yeah, it's just once again this defensive chaos, I have to say, for Irie Legacy. They managed to not clear the ball, and they managed to catch themselves out of position. Some double commits here and there, and it's just a team like mYinsanity is just executing these kind of mistakes to create goals for them.
Oh, that would have been an opportunity to get the momentum back, but nope, not the precision there that we wanted. Unfortunate for Irie Legacy, but very nicely done from mYinsanity. That is what we thought we would see. Just crazy plays coming out from mYinsanity. Kiever especially has been playing great, has been all over the field. In defense has been playing great, in offense has been playing great, and also had very good passing opportunities coming out from him. So excited to see if mYinsanity can take the win here, because they are on match point. Irie Legacy really now on their last leg to have a chance for the grand finals here.
Indeed, we are heading into game number 5. mYinsanity is leading the series against Irie Legacy with 3-1 after losing the first game, surprisingly a bit, and then winning the next 3. The last game was a 5-0. And yeah, let's see if Irie Legacy managed to crawl back to challenge mYinsanity here for their way into the grand finals of Awaken League.
At least more than 20 seconds have gone without a goal. That is something, that's improvement that we haven't seen in the last 2 games. Because mYinsanity have been up by 2 last game by this time already. But Kiever going up already, but nicely done from Aroli. Mark now gets the flip percent, but another nice touch from Aroli. Milox is now up. Not the best of touches from Destro. This could be dangerous. A beat from Mark. Almost on target, but ooh, right onto the post again. But now Priv has the air dribble opportunity, has a little bit of space, but Kiever takes his time and gets it past. Ooh, this could be dangerous once again. A little bit of a scuffle in the blue corner here, but Kiever able to clear that one out.
Indeed, now Aruri takes it off the ball, gets challenged. Oh, he looks already in the air, gets the ball there, loses all boost in process, gets a second touch there. No one is following that up though. Mark to the corner, Kiever with a backflip there. Destro uses a lot of boost for nothing. As Mark passes it to Milox. Milox trying to control it with 0 boost, but that's all he needs for another shot on goal. But Priv is there to save it.
3 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. Still scoreless this game so far, but mYinsanity are definitely picking up their pace at the moment. Quick plays coming out from them. Another nice touch, a relentless pressure. But still nothing so far. Milox plays it high again. Gets it over Priv. He's in knock position now. Gets 50-50. Gets the boost as well. Mark with the pass off the corner for Kiever. And ooh, that was so close. But somehow Priv gets it out.
Now Keever to decide where Mark is sitting, but doesn't get a good touch there. Destro tries to challenge it, and Mark manages to win the duel. Backboard shot there by Milox. Now Mark 0 boost, Destro little boost, controls it. Milox in the air, challenging the ball, and wins it. Now Mark in control. Priv, like 0 boost on any player here for Irie Legacy. This is very dangerous, but they managed to clear the situation away here. Now Priv off the wall. Milox now gets control of the ball, puts it in the middle. Keeper not fast enough, but a Rolly with a nice attempt there. 3 minutes played, we have 0 goals yet. Very reminiscent of the first and second game. So maybe Irie Legacy has found their way back in.
We'll see. So 1 minute and 45 seconds, but no good opportunity came out so far. But this could be something now. Destro decides to fake that touch here. Milox now has 100 boost and no space because Priv already cuts him in. Ooh, nicely done from Mark. A little bit of a misflip there, but quick reactions from Milox. That would have been dangerous, but Destro still gets to the ball. Somehow gets it past Mark. Now Rolly has 50 boost. Could maybe go for a play here. Gets it past Milox, but cannot get it past Mark. Quick interception once again. Clear away from Keever. Mark with the pass to Milox. Milox with the shot, and what a save from Destro to keep them safe once again.
Indeed, now Priv with the backflip takes a lot of time there to control the ball back, and Mark challenges him now. Destro joining the duel there between the 2 players. He doesn't manage to create anything from it. Dangerous situation now as Milox is in the air, hits the ball in a red angle, gets another hit on it, but this time it doesn't create any chance. Priv, what can he do? Priv managed to get the ball into the middle. A Rolly up in the air, probably not the best attempt there, but the ball is still hot in mYinsanity off.
20 seconds left on the clock, and out of nowhere, Keever gets a top corner banger. Milox once again with a nice infield pass. Good position there. Destro a little bit too far and could not get to the ball. With 20 seconds left, they've given up the tie here. And mYinsanity is now winning on match point as well.
Yeah, saying that Destro had another chance, but where's the follow-up? They have to basically throw everything into offense right now, Irie Legacy. 10 seconds left. What can they do? Pass to the left side. Destro is not there, but managed to get bumped. Now Priv in control of the ball. 2 seconds, 1 second, and well, there it is. mYinsanity turned the series around after losing game number 1 and winning with 4-1. Whew, what a series though.
Yeah, absolutely amazing series that we have seen today. Irie Legacy, in German we say Hut up. That was actually a very, very good game. I did not expect them to hold this well against mYinsanity, and also after playing Dive Esports and sweeping them as well, so congratulations to them. But mYinsanity played their best today. I mean, apart from game 1, but we will ask about them later in the interview. And but the other 4 games were absolutely phenomenal to watch, and congrats to mYinsanity to making it to the grand finals.
Indeed, but it's not over yet for Irie Legacy, as they will go on tomorrow to play the game for 3rd place against VisionGaming, who had a very good showing against Cloud Esports. So I'm looking forward to that game as well, which will be tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central European Standard Time. In the meantime, we're trying to get an interview with you with one of the players for mYinsanity, and while we're waiting for that, we're heading into a short break.
And welcome back to the Awaken League. We have now an interview with one of the grand finalists coming up to honor the one and only Milox. My friend, how are you doing?
Yo, I'm doing well. Thank you.
Doing well. You are going to be playing the grand finals tomorrow. Are you excited, my friend?
Very excited. No, yeah, I'm very happy it worked out today. Obviously, you can never know. And yeah, another grand final. I'm excited.
Yeah, you've been in this situation a few times before. Probably one of the Swiss players that has the most finals appearances, at least in the local leagues. Is that basically programmed for you now? So you're just another day for you?
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of final appearances. Unfortunately, also a lot of second places. So I hope to not repeat that. Yeah, I mean, we saw that was pretty close against Cloud when we played them in league and league play. So yeah, I hope we can like repeat that and not get reverse swept. Yeah.
Well, I am excited for you guys tomorrow, but if you play like game one as you played today, I don't think you're gonna make it far. Can you tell me what happened here in game one today? Because I did not expect to see such a long drought of goals, because that's something we have not seen yet from mYinsanity ever.
I mean, I think game one started off pretty good. I think we had like 6 shots to 1, and we scored 1 goal. And then I think there was an own goal that might have had some like mental impact on us, and they did some weird kickoffs, which like really confused us. And then it just like got out of our hands. But I think throughout the series we had most of the pressure. It's like only like the kickoff plays or bumps or like certain like weird moments where we kind of fell apart.
Yeah, you in the league play, you lost against Cloud Esports after being reverse swept. Are you going to change up anything compared to the last game against them, or are we in for a surprise? I mean, obviously, don't tell us your secrets, but
well, I can tell you already, we are not going to play with the same lineup. So we're not going to play with Mark against Cloud. So that's going to be a difference.
Roster reveal. Roster reveal.
Roster reveal. Secret. Okay. We actually don't know.
Sub me in, coach.
Yeah, that's about the plan.
Okay, thank you very much, Milox, for your time once again. Congratulations for the win.
you.
It was an amazing game to watch, and good luck tomorrow. Yes.
Thanks.
And with that, we are already finished for today. We will go into a quick recap on what happened today. It has been very eventful. First series was the quarterfinals. We almost had Team Solid DQ'd, but they managed to get here in the last minute to play the game. Then had VisionGaming win 4-2 against Solid. Afterwards, VisionGaming went on to play against Cloud Esports. It was a very close game. Did not expect VisionGaming to get onto those match points, but Cloud Esports at the end, as expected, I would say, still got the win here. Then, in my opinion, the greatest series of today, Irie Legacy winning 4-0 against Dive Esports. I mean, not would have expected that one, but it worked out for the end, and they played great. And the last game that we have just seen, mYinsanity winning 4-1 against Irie Legacy to go their way into the grand finals. So yeah, I'm very excited for tomorrow. Trucks, can you take over what's gonna happen tomorrow?
Yeah, if you thought today was a hot day, because it still is, we are sweating our, well, I can't say that word on stream, obviously, but it's very hot matches coming up tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central European Standard Time, with the third place match between Irie Legacy and VisionGaming, winning for one of the cash prizes of 50 francs. And well, if that isn't like doing it for you, we have a banger coming up. It's gonna be a best of 3 of best of 7s. So potentially 21 games of pure Rocket League between the two best teams in Awaken League during the league play and during the playoffs. It's gonna be mYinsanity versus Cloud Esports. The winner takes home the grand prize of 300 Swiss francs. The loser loses half of that, still managed to get 150 with them. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be potentially hours of Rocket League. And I just checked the weather, and it's gonna be hotter than today. So, well, Nukes, you at least get tomorrow off and can enjoy some
I'm watching Switzerland, yes,
gonna watch
playing.
Switzerland clap Italy.
Yes, sir.
Nukes, this was the last cast of the season for you.
It was,
and
yes.
you were here from the very first game, and almost to the very last game.
Almost, yeah.
It was a pleasure casting with you as always. And any last words?
Yeah, thank you very much to the chat for always supporting us. You know, it has been very fun to cast these games. And Trucks, thank you for holding it down every game so far with me so far. So thank you very much to everyone in the background as well. Kasalian, big shout out to the production in the backstage here. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in once again. Tomorrow, the grand finals, do not miss it. It's going to be crazy. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.